James, we've been lost in this ventilation system for hours.
I don't like this scenario.
Look, trapped here in the bowels of this skyscraper or spaceship or possibly some kind of underground bunker, if only there was something cool and geeky to keep me occupied in here.
Funny you should say that, Mason, because January's theme for Loot Crate is Origins.
Oh, that's exciting.
I think so. With items from Superman, Marvel, Teenage Mutant and Ninja Turtles.
Oh my goodness.
Nintendo. Those are some of the items you'll get from the 4 to 6 Loot Crate items that you will receive in your Loot Crate box from January of this month.
That sounds great, and at the very least, we could lay out the 6 to 8 epic geek items like a trail of breadcrumbs to get out of here. Am I right?
You absolutely could. You know, I preferred our holiday last year when we went to the beach.
Well, you got to play the hand you've been dealt. You know what I mean?
Can't argue with that.
Is there some sort of offer code there?
There certainly is. If the Origin crate ends on the 19th of the month, but if you enter offer code weeklyplanet, all one word, lootcrate.com/weeklyplanet, and enter promo code weeklyplanet, you get $3 off any box, any of them.
That sounds amazing for anybody who isn't trapped in here, but I mean, as it is, we've been going back and forth so long, it's starting to feel like one piece of ductwork filmed from several different angles. You know, like a TV show where the budget's run out and they have to do something undignified like a bottle episode or a clip show. But it got me thinking, James.
Oh, yeah, go on.
What clips would we put in if we had a clip show? Now, hear me out, James.
I'm listening.
I know you want to get out of here to see your family.
I'd rather, if I could, yeah.
I want to get out too, so I can tell people I'm on the latest episode of the Little Dum Dum Club with Tommy Daslow and Carl Chandler. Available on iTunes now, or in a couple of days. I don't know. I'm trapped in a ventilation shaft.
I already know this. Why are you telling me? Nobody's here. It's just us.
I'm just trying to keep a regular routine going so I can remain sane, you know, doing promos and such.
I understand.
Anyway, until we find the exit, I'm going to tell you all about my favourite clips from this year in the show. I reckon the first one will go a little something like this.
Red hot comic book movie news. The Weekly Planet.
The Weekly Planet. The Weekly Planet.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Weekly Planet, official podcast of comicbookmovie.com, where we talk movies, comics, TV shows. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday. With me, as always, is my co-host, Nick Mason.
150, 150, 100, century and a half.
That about sums up
Yeah.
how we've been going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What progress we've made in 150 episodes. It's just me shouting incoherently again.
Welcome, Nick Mason, to the real 150th episode.
I was going to do a thing.
This is the real one.
Well, good work. Episode 152, you've made it 150 episodes.
That's right.
Congratulations.
Because as we know, I've been away for two.
Let's listen back to some classic James moments from his 150 roll the tape. I hate coriander. No, not the Teen Titans character, the spice. I hate it. And for some reason, I'm airing my grievances on a podcast about superheroes. I'm going to talk about it. I hate this guy from my high school that I haven't spoken to in 10 years.
Why is he doing so many sit-ups on Facebook?
I'm airing my grievances on this superhero podcast for some reason. Anti-microbe. It doesn't, it's okay when you're sweating it. Oh, so many great memories.
So many good memories. Thanks for putting that together, by the way.
No problem. Took hours.
Oh, it's me, Nick Mason. I'm a big dickhead. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The Weekly Planet, an official podcast of comicbookmovie.com, where we talk movies, comics, TV shows, sometimes video games. Not this week. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday. With me, as always, my co-host, my dog, and Nick Mason.
I'm being attacked by a dog. I'm being attacked by a vicious dog.
Yeah.
That I insisted sit with me on the couch.
She's pretty good.
Hey, dog.
Do you like her spirit?
Yeah.
Speaking of spirits.
Speaking of spirits, you're drinking wine.
Yeah, I am drinking wine.
You're drinking wine out of like a
regular glass.
A regular glass.
Because as I told you before the show, I'm against wine glasses. They're dumb. Why are they Why do you have to drink a certain glass, like a certain drink from a certain glass?
Because you've got
like
to swirl it.
No, you don't. That's all bullshit.
You don't. Yeah.
Champagne flutes, dumb.
I mean, you have to
hold it
swirl
at a wedding.
smugly.
It's too small for your mouth. It's no good. Do you put your nose in it when you drink?
Just drink everything out of a sack. That's what I say.
Just a Hessian sack.
Yeah.
Hold it over your mouth and just rig it into your mouth.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Just drink your wine out of a bloody like an animal bladder or something like that you fashion into a drinking or a fine loot crate drinking horn, which is how I do most of my drinking.
You know you do. What's going on in your life?
Just taking a sip of this delightful Diet Coke.
Do you prefer it over the other Coke, Zero, whatever it is?
Yes, I do. I was on the way here and I stopped at a fish and chip shop.
Great story.
No.
Moving on.
No, it's a really look. It isn't a good story, but I'm propelling forward because you've been disdainful of it. So I went in there and I'm like, "Oh, you got a Diet Coke?" And they're like, "No, just Coke Zero." And I'm like, "I've been sent to get a Diet Coke." Like, oh, the little lady wants a Diet Coke. Guess what? It's for me.
Yeah,
I love it.
No, I figured. You often refer to yourself as the little lady, so
that's
that's
me.
fine. Yeah.
I'm the littlest lady of podcasting. Should I move this slightly
I
closer?
think it's a little bit too far.
Okay, cool.
I mean, you sound great,
Thank you.
but I think you could sound greater. Right.
Okay, here we go.
There we go.
All right. Look at you, dog.
What a delight. What a delight. Good stuff.
Hey, James.
What's up?
What's the weirdest thing you saw on New Year's? Bearing in mind, this is just a pretense for me to tell you what's the weirdest thing I saw on
I have
New
a
Year's.
really
But
long
go ahead, tell
and
me. I'm
involved
listening.
story.
Okay,
Not
I'm
a
ready.
barbecue and some beers. It was great. That was it. But I
Great.
had a great time. That's my ideal New Year's. Keep it low key.
Yeah, great.
Keep it on the down low.
That's very good.
Do you have something to say, or do you want to just move on with the show?
Yeah, let's move on with the show. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, here's the best thing I saw on New Year's. It was fairly uneventful, but I was driving along. It was like 7:30 p.m.
Love
it was
it.
still daylight, right? And it was like 40 degrees
Yeah.
Celsius, which is like 104. So it's hot. Look, it's a hot night.
You know your bloody Celsius
it's hot
to
in
Fahrenheit.
it's hot in the city.
It is.
Just like the song.
Just like the song.
And I was driving along, and there was like a pub, and there was like people out and like milling outside the pub, having a good old laid back pub time, right?
Sure.
And there was a bus stop,
Okay.
and there were people there in front of it just waiting for the bus, right? And at the end of the line of people waiting for a bus, there was a guy dressed head to toe in like dirty, like off-white Hessian sack, like like
like the town idiot or something?
no, like head to toe, like boots and
Oh.
like pants.
So it was like he'd made it, like fashioned
and
it.
like torso and arms and gloves, but like like that dirty Hessian
Yeah.
kind of, and like tied together with bits of rope.
Okay.
Like all the bits together, and he had like the Hessian sack mask on.
So you had no idea how old he was?
Yeah, or she.
Or she.
And but like with the eye holes cut in it.
Women
And,
can
like,
be weirdos too.
Thank you. And like the noose, like he tied that on with like the noose rope.
God.
Right? And then in each hand he had a length of chain, which was long enough to reach the ground, like both of them. And at the end of each piece of chain, there was like a flaming torch. Like he'd wrapped some like more Hessian on there and like dipped it in kerosene.
So it was actually on fire.
Yeah, the two like flaming chains, and he was just sort of casually whipping them about, waiting for the bus, just whipping about. And I'm stopped at a set of lights, and I'm like, I have to get a photo of this. And then they turned green, and somebody honked me instantly, and I'm like, oh, you gotta go. And then I came back, like I had to drive back like 15 minutes later, and he was gone. So it's left me with many questions.
Absolutely.
First of all, does anybody know what that's supposed to be? Because initially I'm like, oh, that guy's dressed as the Scarecrow because it's like the Hessian sack
Sure,
and the
yeah,
noose
yeah.
and whatever. But then I'm like, the Scarecrow doesn't wield flaming chains.
No.
Or does. But then I'm like, is he a Silent Hill villain?
Oh, that does sound very Silent Hill.
Hill-y, so
yeah.
he might be that.
But why New Year's?
Yeah,
and
'cause
why just there? Like there was nobody else.
Yeah,
Was
and
he a ghost?
Oh, good question.
I mean, it was the middle of the day. Ghosts don't come out in the
Yeah,
middle of the
but
day.
I'm like, there's nothing happen. There's not like some sort of horror theme thing happening
no,
at the pub.
because it was just people spilling out.
And
onto
why
the
would you
street.
light up your flaming torches to get on the bus?
That seems like they wouldn't let you on the bus.
Yeah.
I'm no bus driver. But
So here's the question, right? Did he get the bus? Did he pass out from heat stroke? Did he get arrested for being a masked man wielding flaming weapons on a street? Or did he set himself on fire? Because he was wearing a Hessian
that's
sack.
a really good point.
Anyway, email in if you have theories.
Did you see?
If you have any fan theories, if you're
If
immediately a
you've
fan of
seen-
this guy like I am.
If you've seen that guy at Wikipedia Brown,
Yeah,
or
let
if
me know.
any answers would be
Please.
appreciated.
Please. Well, that's my news.
Look, we have no guests on the show, but I want that guy on the show.
Yeah.
No, actually,
This man cave's very flammable.
that's true. I mean, it is a regular room. All right.
Hey, I know we normally do letters in our famous segment Letters
Yeah,
later on in the
I know
episode,
it.
but I thought this is my favourite piece of correspondence from the week, so I thought I'd
Sure.
mention it up top. I texted it to you earlier in the week.
You did?
You're going to enjoy this one. So basically, James, you know how we love to have fun. We love to have fun on this podcast.
Yeah, sure.
We love to have fun, all right?
I guess.
Do we or not?
We do.
Great. Okay, we do. So anyway, from time to time we will pretend we'll make a little joke that we're being paid off by Marvel Studios.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the only obvious reason why we would give Marvel movies positive reviews and
Correct.
DC movies maybe less than positive reviews.
Sure.
Right. Well, this week we got a tweet. I won't say the name, but it says at Mr. Sunny Movies at Wikipedia Brown. That's us on Twitter.
Yep.
The problem is now you're both taking money from Marvel. That means you can't remain impartial. Now our listeners, they get it. We're making a little joke. We get it. But I see this tweet and I'm like, oh, maybe it's a young fella.
Right,
You know,
right.
They don't get that the old folks, us, we can make a little joke from time to time. We can be
Sure.
a bit silly. So I click through and I'm like, oh, maybe I should be like, oh no, we're just kidding about that. So I click through and they've got 200 tweets.
Yep.
And they all, except for that one, they all have some. The next tweet says, it's at somebody. It says, JW, just wondering.
Yeah.
If you could shrink your worst enemy to just a few inches in height and you could do anything to them, what would you do? And the next tweet, it says it's to at somebody, and it says, JW, just wondering, if you could shrink your worst enemy to just a few inches in height and you could do anything to them, what would you do? And the next tweet is to at somebody, and it says, JW, just wondering, if you could... Anyway, there's 200 of those.
Just the same.
Well, there's some slight variations, because some people are like, what? and they're like, I was just wondering. But anyway, two things. Thank you for tweeting at us. 3 things. Thank you for tweeting at us. 2, it feels good that we were the people to finally break the streak.
Sure.
And get
But
them
also, why not ask us?
Exactly. We'd have great opinions on what we'd do with our shrinky enemies. And make Shrenemies, exactly. We'd make them live in a little dollhouse, probably.
Oh, that's I don't know what that is. I don't know what to make of that.
I know, right? Bless.
There's
Good
a lot
on
of
them.
subtext.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, what else is going on?
I saw The Jungle Book this week.
Great. What do you think?
It's good.
Okay.
People are like,
Is it good enough to do a whole episode on?
Nah, probably not.
Okay then.
You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to do a Disney episode though, where we just talk about Disney films that we like.
We can sing all the themes.
I can show you the world.
Second verse, can't remember.
It's interesting. I spent too much of this movie though going like it's all well made and put together. It's amazing because it's all shot in a studio.
Okay.
But I spent a lot of time
It's
going.
the new Sin City.
Yes, but
Great.
it looks more realistic. But going, that's a pretty good looking tiger. How much of that is a set? That bear looks pretty good when he's in water. How much of that bear's real? Because that's where my mind
Yep.
kind of went the whole. Hang on a sec. My dog's barking outside.
Do you mean your feet are tired?
Oi, dog! But this is the slowest old man you've ever seen walking past, and my dog just.
Oh, do you think I can stand up and still check him out?
He's still there.
walking so-
He'll be
walking
there
so
for a
slow?
few weeks.
Oh man. Listeners, that guy's walking so slow.
Oi, come here. Come here.
Hey dog. Hey dog.
Man, that guy is. I want to know what his deal is.
Yeah.
He's still there.
I didn't want to tell you this, but that guy actually started walking down your street when we did the first episode of the show, and he's nearly made it to the end of your street. So, pretty good, right?
Hey, come here. You're freaking out. Come up here. There you go. Dogcast.
Yeah.
Oh, this isn't going to work. I can't reach the mic when you're sitting on my lap. God, down you go. I know. You're right. There you go. Okay. So yeah, basically it's pretty good. Friend of mine saw it.
Yes.
She was like, hated everything about it.
Why is that though?
Because it didn't feel real. Even though she knew that it wasn't.
It's talking animals.
No, not even that, but like the setting, like it felt. She said it just didn't like, and the kind of butchered some of the songs because it does a couple of the songs, and so.
No, I can show you the world.
The dog's loving life, mate.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I don't know. I think people should definitely check it out. I didn't hate it, but I definitely preferred the adaptation of Cinderella more.
Okay.
Or adaptation. Is it adaptation or adaptation?
Adaptation.
Thank you.
Great.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Okay, I got some things that have stalled or cancelled. This
ready
is called
to go.
Hot Topics, quick news, new segment.
It's called Hot Topics Quick News New Segment. Here we go. Somebody write that down because we'll forget it by next week.
Quick
sticks.
Dean Devlin, who you may know.
Are we going to use it? Can you put in a whip crack sound between all the bits of news?
No, I definitely. Look, I'll think about it, but I probably won't.
Okay, cool.
Because when I go back to edit this, and by that I mean listen to make sure it recorded, I'll need to then go and I'll hear this, then I'll go, ugh, and I'll have to go and download the sound of a whip cracking noise.
That's true.
And then put it in. Look, knowing me, I won't.
I'll add some whip crack noises.
Okay, good.
Let me point when the bit of news has ended.
Yep.
Like when we're finished talking about it, I'll add the whip crack noise.
Love it. It's weird that you brought that whip with you today. What a coincidence.
Look, it's nearly summertime. It's time for whip crack demonstrations at weird ute musters. You go to a truck convention and you chop a block of wood. And once you've chopping the block of wood.
You shear a sheep.
You shear a sheep, and then you do some double whip cracking.
Is that only an Australian thing?
No, surely not.
I hope not.
We didn't invent the whip crack.
I love a whip.
We perfected it.
Yeah, that's certainly true. Anyway, hot topic, hot news, whatever this is called. Dean Devlin says that he's the producer on Independence Day and a bunch of other stuff. He says that the Stargate remake isn't happening. Presumably because Independence Day Resurgence wasn't very good and people hated it.
And they couldn't get Richard Dean Anderson or
the guy,
James Spader,
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell. They couldn't get anybody back.
Yeah.
Either movie or TV wise.
Yeah.
And people are sick of Stargate.
Apparently so. Well, the series has a lot of big fans.
I like SG-1.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But they didn't say why, but this is definitely because of Independence Day. Mm-hmm. I think if Independence Day Resurgence had have done well, we would have got Stargate and bloody Armageddon and
Armageddon and Farscape.
Yeah.
Cleopatra 2525.
Dark Angel.
Yeah.
They all would have come back.
Wait, how many more can we name? How many more terrible properties can we... Sliders would have come back.
Right.
Would have brought back Sliders. Earth 2 would have come back. Oh, no. Oh, what a time,
eh?
Magical.
High concept, low budget, 90s sci-fi.
They would have done a TV version of Leonard Nimoy's Primortals, which is about the intelligent dinosaur man.
Thing, yeah.
Yep.
Good stuff. Anyway, great. I'm kind of happy. Give it a rest. Maybe bring it back as a TV show again at some point. Mark Ruffalo has rapped on Thor Ragnarok. He's only done a month.
Rapped Will Smith style?
Yes, he has. It's really great.
How do you think Mark Ruffalo would rap?
I'm a guy and watch me turn green. Here I go again. Like that.
Yeah, like that. You've nailed it.
Do you think I could be a professional rapper?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bought all the equipment in the hope that I will be a professional rapper.
That's what all this is for.
That's what it's for.
You're just biding your time with the podcast and your little YouTube thing. Oh, wouldn't that be amazing? If you get how many subscribers are you up to on YouTube?
Just crossed 600,000.
Okay, imagine if you got to 1 million and then all of a sudden all your things you've missed and all your here's trailer breakdown and whatever, they all just disappear and it's just you in a dark room. Like no lighting, and you've got a bandana on and a backwards baseball cap, and you're rapping.
Just freestyling.
Just
off
rapping.
the cuff into the mic.
Yeah.
That's how I do it.
Wasn't the idea, if Sam Raimi was going to do a Spider-Man 4, wasn't the idea that Bruce Campbell was going to play Mysterio as like a fat, washed up Mysterio?
Right, yeah, that I think you're right.
So
yeah.
he does kind of work in a ridiculous way.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the idea.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I think retrospectively, all the characters Bruce Campbell played in the Spider-Man trilogy were Mysterio
the whole time.
Well, that was the fan theory,
right? Okay,
I
sure.
believe, because I think each time he has a significant impact in Spider-Man's life. In the first one, he names him. In the second one, what is he in the second? He's a snooty waiter.
He's
in the third one.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
In the second one, he's a snooty guy at the front desk of the opera, I think, or of the theatre or something.
Oh, that's right. Yep. Okay, yeah.
Pivotal moment in Spider-Man's life.
That's right.
Can't go in the theatre.
That's because he had to see the play.
Okay.
And then he couldn't see the play.
He could have just looked up the play on Wikipedia and been like, "Hey, Mary Jane, I love the bit
It was
where
really good.
you sang the song."
If you were Spider-Man and someone was like, "You can't go in the play," would you just throw him aside?
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably could, couldn't you?
And then I'd fight everybody in the theatre. Literally everyone, just piles of bodies in that theatre. I'd just tear that theatre down. I'd find like the main retaining wall, I'd just kick through it and just collapse that theatre on everyone. And I'd be like, "I'm Spider-Man! I can go to any play I want! Fight me! I'll fight everyone in this city!" How many people do you think Spider-Man could fight in New York City before they finally brought him down?
Regular people?
Yes.
Hundreds.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
They'd have to be throwing bricks and stuff.
Maybe even thousands.
Potentially.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a World War Z situation. Just piles of bodies.
Yeah.
Like they'd have to overwhelm him in sheer numbers.
Exactly. But he's got the spider sense.
That's right, yeah. Well, they nearly stopped the Green Goblin by believing in New York by throwing
That's true, yeah.
pipes at him
Yeah.
or whatever.
Because even if they're throwing bricks, he's dodging those
Yeah,
bricks.
absolutely. I mean, he couldn't. If everybody threw a brick at once,
Mm-hmm.
he couldn't dodge all those bricks. But a brick wouldn't kill him either.
Correct.
Yeah. Oh, man, I would love to see that.
Right?
And not zombies. You're talking just people.
Just regular people in New York. They're sick to death of Spider-Man and his theater smashing ways.
The Last of Us.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
Quick
The Last of Us.
news, quick sticks. Getting into the news, hot news, quick time. All right.
Last of Us has stalled, apparently, the movie version. Sam
All right.
Raimi was producing it, and he says it's kind of not really happening at the moment. Not that
Because
it's cancelled.
Logan snuck in first.
Well, it seems that way, yes.
Stole all the ideas.
Yeah, yeah. And also, Last of Us, does it need to be a movie?
No.
It's one of those things where it's have you played it?
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
bloody-
not all of it.
You should. It's bloody magnificent, mate. Did you have you don't have a PS3 or PS4? I have both copies. Because it came with my PS4.
Could I just get both copies and rub them together?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
In some sort of... if I'll tell you what, I'll go into my backyard and I'll see if I can create fire with them, and that will...
That's about as good as
Reminiscent,
it
right?
is. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Fantastic Beasts. Where are they? How do you find them? Have you seen them?
They're in the case. Just don't open the case. Solved it.
Do you see the new trailer?
I did see the new trailer.
What did you think?
I think I'm going to get very sick of Eddie Redmayne going like, he reminds me of, he reminds me of the guy from Mouse Hunt. What's his name again?
John Cleese? Seen
No,
that?
no.
I haven't seen Mouse Hunt.
I'll look it up.
I'll look it up too.
Okay, cool.
So,
But he's all, what have I done?
he's a bit foppish for you?
Yeah. Although, it does look, there's a lot of magic just
I
being
thought that
hurled
last
about.
trailer looked really good.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Lee Evans.
Lee Evans, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
A British stand-up comedian, Lee Evans.
The guy from Something About Mary.
Yes.
Who's pretending to be on the crutches. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, his range is incredibly subtle, like award-winning work. And then screaming idiot in Jupiter Ascending.
Oh,
which
right.
is apparently, I haven't seen it, but apparently it's like an insane performance.
Okay, sure.
But this is the first trailer where I went, okay, this looks okay.
Sure, yeah.
Every other trailer, I'm just like, this just look, I don't know, not good.
Uh-huh.
That being said, the director directed the last 15 Harry Potter movies, or last 4 or something, all of which I enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure it'll be good on
It
some
does look
level.
like interestingly chaotic. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff going, and it's it's the past, but it's. I feel magic works better when it's interacting with the real world kind of thing. And a lot of Harry Potter, it was just, here's magic happening in a surreal magic world.
This
Who
bookcase
cares?
leads into a painting which has a portal to a dimension with a wizard in a cauldron.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Watch out for the snakes.
Wow.
You know what I did like about this trailer, though? It
What's that?
hinted at there was a great wizarding war in the 40s, which paralleled World War II, where there was like Hitler for wizards.
Sure.
Grindelwald, I want to say.
Whistler.
And he was friends with Dumbledore. They were actually together.
Hit hard.
It's hard, yes. They were partners.
Okay.
Because Dumbledore was a gay man.
Huh. Is this your fan fiction?
Yes. And then it turned out to be true. No, J.K. Rowling's came out and said, no, Dumbledore is gay. You heard that,
No,
surely.
I'm aware of that.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know it was dating Wizard Hitler, though. Didn't see the signs.
They
Bunch of mustache rides for old Dumbledore, am I right? Am I right?
they had a relationship.
Okay.
This is more in the book.
Before he was Hitler.
Before he was Hitler. They
Hang on, which books, though?
like the later ones. Because he do a lot of flashback stuff.
But I thought we didn't know Dumbledore was gay until after...
We don't. They're just good friends. It said that they're good friends. They have a lot of correspondence. They have a lot of similar ideals about what magic is and how it relates to humans and how wizards are this and that and more powerful. And Dumbledore went in the direction of, oh no, we should be nicer to regular people. And this guy went the other way. And then he went and became Wizard Hitler and Dumbledore stopped him. So that's what Dumbledore is famous for.
Right.
Because he stopped this guy. And then he ended up in prison, Azkaban. And then you see Voldemort kill him at the start of, or at the end of 7 or 8. I can't remember.
Sure, okay.
So, and he's kind of remorseful at the end and like
For being Wizard Hitler.
being Wizard Hitler.
Huh.
So
Now, so did
my
it...
point is, I want to see. It sounds like they're moving into those
Yeah,
movies.
okay, actually
Yeah.
sounds interesting. Did the war take place within World War II?
Yes.
So like on
Or
the
around
same
that era.
but like the same battlegrounds?
No,
Okay,
no,
right.
but it happened at the same time.
Okay,
I think
cool.
they're made because in the same way in the Harry Potter universe, the Prime Minister is familiar with wizards because when you become Prime Minister of England,
They tell you about the wizards.
they tell you about the wizards. Like
Right.
he shows up through your
Yeah.
fireplace and tells you. So
Okay.
it might have been the same thing where Hitler had
Yeah.
an alliance with Wizard Hitler.
Yeah. Now, Mr. Prime Minister, we've got two boards set up. This is the Western Front. You'll notice Hitler, and over here you see the Wizarding World, and there's gay Wizard Hitler.
It's weird that Hitler would like gay Wizard Hitler. Maybe he didn't know he was gay because I don't think
Yeah,
he would have
right.
liked him.
No,
Otherwise.
that's right.
Man, what a world though. The point is, I don't care so much about Fantastic Beasts, but the idea of seeing Wizard Hitler World War II
Yep.
for wizards,
Uh-huh.
like in the next couple of movies, with like young Dumbledore. I don't
Yep.
generally like prequels, but that sounds amazing to me.
Now, would J.K. Rowling write these, or
yeah,
is it?
she is writing them.
She is writing
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
So I think that's super cool, Mason.
Yeah, all right.
Yep, good. 'cause
Hot
we're
news,
ready.
so hot. Ow. Hot, quick news. Oh.
It's not that quick, really, is it? The Crow has moved production studios, which leaves the future of the franchise in jeopardy. Is the director and Jason Momoa still attached? Are they not? Who knows? Just make it or don't. Just stop. Stop with this.
But you know what? If Jason Momoa is not the Crow, that means potentially anyone out there, they could be the Crow.
Yes, could be us.
We're all back in. Everybody's back in, folks. Anybody could be the Crow. Just like in the future, everybody's going to be famous for 15 minutes.
Correct.
In the future, everybody's going to get a crack at being the Crow. And I say,
Yes, vengeance. Yes.
I have vengeance on my enemies.
So $80 million has been put towards a joint effort of Chinese and US production companies that will bring a Tetris film to the big screen, described as an epic sci-fi
Waste of money.
thriller. Sorry.
Epic waste of money. Epic sci-fi thriller.
Yeah.
What are they thinking?
They have to build a wall around the city and then a monster runs into it, but they got to build it quickly. And maybe they don't have the long bit until the end.
Yeah, the long bit never arrives when you want it to arrive, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
What do you-
almost like it knows.
That's right. What do you do with this? Actually, you know what? Don't tell me because we shouldn't give them any ideas.
No ideas.
They
for them,
dug
yeah.
their own grave.
That's what they're doing. They're just listening to podcasts. They're watching videos, watching the YouTube, trying to find out an idea for this. Give them nothing, people. Give them nothing. You're absolutely right. Dug their own grave.
This is, I mean, people laughed at Battleship, but this is like,
Pixels? After Pixels.
I think Pixels did Tetris, didn't they? Although
Oh,
maybe
they
they did Space. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, they
Maybe
did Space Invaders, yeah.
or the Millipede one. What's it called?
Centipede?
Yeah, no, Millipede.
I think there was a millipede.
I'm sure there was. Yeah. Do you know there was a Mrs. Pac-Man? Or was
Ms.
it
Pac-Man. It was Ms. Pac-Man.
They're not married? Living in sin. Don't
Oh.
approve.
Wow. Maybe that's the plot.
Maybe it is. So look, if
I think Ms. Pac-Man was just like, okay, we need a sequel to Pac-Man. Like, legitimately, they're like,
yeah,
should we make more maps or whatever? And then like, nah, just put a bow on it.
little
Make it
bow.
Ms. Pac-Man.
Yeah, and then we can just put the bow down underneath and
Pac Lady? No, Ms. Pac-Man.
Ms. Pac-Man. Yeah, you can make that a bow tie as well and call it like, I don't know, Fancy
Pac-Man.
Yeah. All right, good stuff. Let's talk about other properties that aren't interesting to us.
Okay, good.
Dr. Jekyll.
Yeah,
in
oh
the
boy.
Tom Cruise's The Mummy reboot will be played
verse,
will be played by Russell Crowe. Now I know he could do one side of that personality.
Sure.
Let's see if his acting's good enough to do the other.
Dr. Jekyll. Yeah.
So yeah,
All right.
they're pushing hard for this, aren't they?
Yeah, okay.
You got your Tom Cruise and Russell Crowe in the.
Do you think Russell Crowe would sign on to this? Because like...
Yes, I do.
No, I mean,
think
he
that-
would sign on to this, but I mean, do you think he'd sign on if it's the kind of Mr. Hyde that is like larger and is like a CGI kind of
No,
monster character?
definitely
No,
not.
exactly.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll want in? Do you think he'd sign on if there's any kind of physical change at all?
I think maybe they part his hair differently, and even then you'd have to kind of pin him down.
Yeah.
Get some of his rugby mates to pin him down.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, no, maybe some mutton chops. No, but it's modern day.
Right.
So
okay.
maybe it's going to be like Jekyll, the show.
Ugh, the worst. No, but I mean, like,
I know what you mean, yeah.
Is he gonna physically transform even a little bit, or is it just gonna be like glint in his eye or something like that?
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think this is just another? Do you think they're like, okay, Russell Crowe, this is gonna be another chance to show the power of acting from you, Russell Crowe, the greatest actor in the world?
It could possibly be.
I think that's gonna be it. I think he's gonna do. I think they're gonna go with. This you're going to look exactly the same. You're going to have to differentiate these characters through the power of acting.
Absolutely.
And I think he's going to be like, yes.
That's very similar to what they were going to do with that Robin Hood reboot.
Yes.
In the sense, he was going to play the Sheriff of Nottingham and Robin Hood.
Right.
And I don't know whether they were the same character or he was just going to wear a series of different triangular-shaped hats. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to read you the synopsis of the Mummy
Okay.
reboot
Okay.
verse.
Good.
And see what you think of it.
Okay.
Thought safely entombed in a crypt deep beneath the unforgiving desert, an ancient queen, Sophie Battola for the Kingsman Secret Service and Star Trek Beyond, whose destiny was unjustly taken from her, is awakened in our current day, bringing with her malevolence, grown over millennia, and terrors.
Malevolence.
Yeah, that turns out that's a word that I can't say.
Oh, okay, so that's right.
And terrors that...
Some words you read them a lot and you never say
You
them
never
out
say it
loud.
out loud. Malevolence. And terrors that defy human comprehension.
We've known it's
From
been...
the sweeping sands
Oh,
of the
jeez.
Middle East, through hidden labyrinths,
So are the days of our
under
lives.
modern day London, the Mummy brings a surprising intensity and balance of wonder and thrills and an imaginative new take that ushers in the new world of gods and monsters.
And then in all caps. Also, it's a lady mummy. Progress.
What do you think of all that?
Fine.
Yep,
Yeah.
pretty good.
We've known it's going to be a lady mummy for a while, right?
We have, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
It seems very involved for just a synopsis. It's like, there's this ancient woman, but now she's back, and it's also the modern day. Gods, monsters, Russell Crowe. She's a lady. She's a lady mummy. But
Oh,
there's
whoa,
no mention
whoa, she's a lady.
but there's also no mention of like Tom Cruise and what he's doing in
Yeah,
it.
so he's going to be... Will he be a legendary monster hunter of some kind?
I wonder if he's gonna isn't he Van Helsing?
Might be a Van Helsing,
I don't know, yeah. Who knows? Let's not talk about this. Let's talk
See, and that's the thing. Like, is it gonna be Van Helsing? Are they're trying to build? Is this another one where they're trying to build like a Justice
Yes,
League or
that's
Avengers
exactly
of-
what this is.
Right. So,
Yeah.
is it gonna be Van Helsing is gonna be on the team, or is it gonna be the Mummy who's on the team?
Van Helsing.
So the Mummy's not gonna be
The
on the
Mummy's
team.
coming back to weren't you listening to that
No,
synopsis?
I understand that, but I mean, like,
Why are there monsters on the team?
why are
but
there
also-
monsters on the team and regulars on the team? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
There are no rules anymore. Bloody Dr. Jekyll can't be on the team with Van Helsing.
Maybe
I mean, he can.
Maybe
but then
half
it's-
of him's
I
on
mean,
the team.
I mean, they can, but then it's just League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. You know how well that turned out.
really well.
Not well.
Oh yeah.
Bad well.
Had that car. Even though it was like
Yeah, they had the-
1892
had the car.
or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you have anything else to yell about in terms of this franchise? That will probably get 2 in and then they'll reboot it.
Yeah, it's not going to get anywhere.
Good stuff. Now, Mason,
Yes.
are you familiar with the actor Sacha Baron Cohen?
Yes.
Oh, that-
Oh.
He's going to be playing Mandrake the Magician.
Everybody, brace yourselves. Turn your volume down slightly.
But for what?
Mandrake the Magician, member of superhero team, the
I know.
Defenders of the Earth.
I don't know what you're talking about, mate.
Okay.
Listen, I'm not actually going to put it in.
Oh, you son of a bitch. I only just realized this because I never listen back to this show because I'm on the show and why would I listen to it? But anytime James... Okay, I'm going to do it backwards because he's going to trick you or he won't trick you. James has a thing where he puts in an incredibly loud theme music drop, like an earphone, like a headphone eardrum breaking like audio drop of the theme song anytime either of us mentions the cartoon series Defenders of the Earth.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Didn't put it in? Maybe he did put it in. Who's to say? But I hope that I've given everybody enough warning. Now that I know that happens.
So you didn't know I did that?
No.
I guess
but then
why would
occasionally I
you?
get a tweet that just... Occasionally I get a tweet and from somebody and it just goes, oh, my ears. And I'm
just-
like, what are they talking
It's just a
about?
picture of a bloody ear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Star Wars Episode 8
Pushed
has been
back.
pushed back to December of so that's like 6-7 months.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I think they haven't decided who Ray's parents are yet.
Oh, you think that?
I think it's a months long debate. I think they've just gotten a big whiteboard. You know, it's one of those smart whiteboards.
Oh yeah, I know.
And like they're Skyping in from all around the world, and George Lucas can't quite get his working, so they're all just waiting for him, and like everybody gets a say in it, and nobody, like it's just gonna go forever.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, apparently a big part of it is script rewrites Which isn't a bad thing necessarily.
No.
This happens all the time, but to include a lot more of the new characters.
Sure.
The real reason, I think, or one of the major reasons, is they shattered all sorts of box office records in December.
Yeah.
You get a bit of a clear run in December.
That's true.
Or you used to, but I think this is going to be like the new season for like big movies. I don't understand why this hasn't started happening like 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it, right?
Because like as soon as those Lord of the Rings...
It's the
movies
hot
come
dog
out-
vendor on the beach theory of economics. You know what I'm talking about.
What's that? Where like you think you don't want a hot dog, but then
Did you
you're
do
like...
economics or something?
Look, I did a lot of things.
But it's... No, because like, there's a hot dog vendor on the beach, right?
Yeah. What's his name?
It does... Giuseppe.
Philip.
No, it's Giuseppe.
Okay, I wouldn't buy from a Giuseppe. That's all I'm saying.
Wow.
It's just my racial prejudice. That's
Clearly. Anyway, he's in the middle of the beach, right? Because you said... Oh, wait, it's ice cream. Now I remember.
What are you talking about hot dogs on the beach? Didn't you do economics?
Yeah, I did. All right. I was distracted by the hot dogs that they served
Anyway, go on.
in the bloody forecourt. Anyway, ice cream vendor, right? He'd park right in the middle of the beach, right?
Yeah.
Imagine the beach is a line.
Yeah.
There, and he's in the middle, right?
gotcha.
Now, if another bloody ice cream vendor shows up,
Yeah.
they bloody
Philip?
Yeah, Philip.
My preferred
Wow.
ice cream vendor.
All right, in a world without incredible racial prejudice on a beach,
Yes.
so not Australia, certainly, right? They both end up like back to back.
Yeah.
Right? Because if one is like at one end,
Yeah.
right, all the lazy people would just move to bloody Giuseppe because he's in the middle, right?
Gotcha,
'Cause
yep.
'cause- so inevitably they just move
He's got
their-
that sweet gelato, probably.
That's
as
what I'm
well.
talking about.
Yeah.
So that, we'll edit this out. Anyway, we won't.
No.
But anyway, they just end up in the middle. What I'm saying is,
Yeah.
if there's a gap in the market, which is December,
Yes.
the beach,
Yes.
then the ice cream vendors,
Movies.
the Star Wars franchise, would inevitably move to fill that. Is
Yeah,
what
gotcha.
I'm saying.
I get
Yeah.
ya. And ice cream is
And
also what
we're
you're
going to
saying.
get ice cream, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I understand that.
In TV news, Mason, let's skip over to the world of TV.
So ABC have also acquired the rights to the Marvel's Inhumans.
That's
And
right.
they are doing an Inhumans TV series, which means we're not getting the Inhumans movie, which means Vin Diesel is probably not going to be Black
Black
Bolt, which means it's probably not going to be very good. Not because of the Vin Diesel thing, but just I just think,
No, because of the Vin Diesel thing.
I just think it will be kind of. I'm okay with Agents of Shield. I don't anything it, and I think that's probably what this will be because there's only so much you can do with kind of primetime network weird superhero stuff.
True.
Yeah, but maybe they'll surprise me. The reason I think this happened is because Ike Perlmutter, who was in charge of all things Marvel, it was his dream to get the Inhumans movie to the big screen.
Notoriously bad bloke.
Yes, because they don't have the X-Men and he wanted to
Right.
bury the X-Men.
Okay. Not because he's some sort of deep... He has some sort of deep childhood love for the Inhumans. It's just because he's
No,
like,
it's
we need
spot.
another franchise. All right.
So they've really kind of been pushing it in the comics and even on Agents of Shield, we've seen
Yeah.
them.
And in the comics, all the famous X-Men are dead.
Yes, that's
or
right.
missing.
Or
so-
old or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah. So, what was I going to say? So I think now he got cut out of the filmmaking process because Kevin Feige went straight to the head of Disney. We've talked about this before. This is all allegedly, but it probably happened. Allegedly, but it definitely happened.
James is using
Allegedly.
air quotes. So many air quotes.
Is this right? Am I doing it right?
Yeah.
You do one, then the other.
Oh, no, I don't know about that. Oh, no, that's deeply unpleasant in a way I can't explain. He's doing one hand and then the other hand. No.
Because I'm catching it on the other end when it ends.
Oh.
You're
maybe
okay with it now?
All right, yeah, okay.
Okay, good.
Now that you've explained your process, I think I'm okay with it. Maybe that's a new thing. Guys, if you're going to be air quoting... I did it.
That's weird to look at. I don't
Yeah,
like
right,
it.
see? If you're going to air quote something this week, do it the new way and see if people love it or hate it. Doesn't matter which hand you start with, but you do one at the start of the sentence and one at the end of
And
the
then
sentence.
explain why it works.
Yep. Oh, that's unpleasant. It's unpleasant to look at, but it's kind of fun to do.
Anyway, so he got cut out of the filmmaking process because Feige went to the head of Disney. which meant-
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So he's only in charge of TV stuff.
Right,
So I think
yeah.
he went, fuck it. Well, I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
I'm bringing it to TV.
So hang on, how did...
That's my speculation.
I guess so. So what happened, like, how did the movie get cancelled? It was... Who was responsible
I don't
for
think they
going-
wanted to do it.
Oh, I see. He was
what
pushing it.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
right.
think he was the only one pushing it.
Yeah, okay.
And that's what I think. I think there's probably something in the works from either Fantastic Four or some of the X-Men or something. And that's the reason why this is all happening.
Yeah.
I think they've got something else in the works that we don't know about.
Uh-huh.
Maybe it's more Spider-Man stuff or whatever. I don't know. but there's a reason they've kind of shunted this aside.
You heard it here first, guys. It's either X-Men or Fantastic Four or Spider-Man or something. If it's anything, we called it. You're wearing Ugg boots.
You know I am.
Have you worn Ugg boots every time?
I'm always wearing Ugg boots.
Huh.
It's getting a bit cold this time of year.
Yeah.
And my feet get cold in this regular room. So, you know.
So Ugg boots was the obvious choice.
Do you not have slippers?
I have a roaring fire in front of me right now.
I wish you didn't bring that.
It's sucking all the oxygen out of the room. We're gonna. There's no ventilation. We're in a lot of trouble.
We certainly
But
are.
at least I'm not cold in my footsies.
It's all right. Well, neither am I. We both
Yeah.
have our methods, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Celery's great and it has so few calories. You can chew it all day, mate.
Ugh.
You don't like celery?
I don't like any. Look. Lettuce, no. Celery, no. None
But
of
you know,
it.
there's so many lettuces. What about a crisp iceberg
None of it.
lettuce?
It's just a weird wet mass.
Have you ever got
It's a bloody. It's a
crisp
it's
lettuce
filler.
leaf, wrapped it in like a...
It's like they're stealing from you. But I haven't. The answer is I haven't. Whatever this is.
spring roll, crisp lettuce leaf, sauce.
Don't like spring rolls either.
What are you even saying?
Don't like spring
do you
rolls.
Do you like dim sims?
No.
Me neither, actually. We're
Ah.
on the same page.
Ah.
Yeah. What are they about? Get them out of here.
What's going on?
You know what I fucking hate? You know what I hate?
What's that?
Coriander.
Okay.
Okay, look, this is unrelated. Do you
We'll
like
edit all
coriander?
this out.
No, we're not.
Okay, good.
do you like coriander?
It's not entirely sure what it is.
It's poison. It
Then
tastes.
I don't like it.
It tastes like bad soap.
Oh, coriander.
And soap's not good.
Coriander
You shouldn't
is
eat
that
soap, and it's
coriander
worse than
is that
soap.
one where some people are genetically predisposed to it tasting like soap.
Which is me.
Yeah.
Right? I have that. And a lot of people have that. That being said, a lot of people like it.
Uh-huh.
That being said, a lot of time when you order a salad or something, you know, like a...
Americans call it cilantro.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Great. So... But, like, you'll get, you know, like a...
This is for a long time listeners, James used to have vendettas against people in his life, and I think he's got a vendetta against coriander.
I absolutely do. But it's more so that when you order it and then it surprisingly comes out and it's just mixed through whatever it is,
Yeah.
but it's not in the menu. Like if say I don't like avocado, right? But I'm okay with it. And if there's avocado in something, then I know it's there because they put it on the menu. But with coriander, enough people don't like it where you should write it down. So I
Yeah.
know it's coming and then know not to order that.
There should be little symbols: nut-free, gluten-free. This might taste like soap.
That's right. It's not on.
I understand. What are we talking about?
I want to talk about Jared Leto's Joker, though,
Okay,
because
great.
there's been some revelations this week about some of the acting he's done
Oh, some acting.
to get... some of the preparation for some of the acting.
Is he posting dead rats to people again?
Well, look, things went a little more severe than we initially thought.
Ooh.
Because there was stories at first that he posted, he gave Margot Robbie a live rat.
Or his intern did, probably.
Or his intern did, probably.
Yeah.
And then...
His assistant gave a live rat to Margot Robbie's assistant. One assumes. And then there was like a quick text back and forth.
Yep.
Like maybe Jared texted Margot like,
Did you get the rat?
"Did you get the rat? I'm sending you a live rat, just so you know. Don't act surprised. Tell your assistant it's gonna be a rat." The rat likes little kibbles, so send him some. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
That's right. He also sent like bullets to like Will Smith's character. But also there was an interview with him this week and some other things came up. Like, so they interviewed the whole cast because something happened this week. I don't know. It was probably the MTV Movie Awards.
Yeah, sure.
What a fun
Yeah.
night of fun. But,
Best kiss, best babe,
best butts.
best butts, MTV.
Yeah. So apparently he didn't turn up for the
Best bros.
Bromance.
It's Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill again. Sometimes Seth Rogen, he's in there too. Bros.
Yeah, so apparently for the reading, you know how they have the cast reading or they all sit around and read the script or whatever. That's
yeah.
probably a Hollywood thing.
Yep.
He didn't turn up and they're like, "Where's this Jared Leto?
Oh.
He's very unprofessional.
Yeah.
I thought he was an actor's actor." And then Jared Leto...
Then it slowly dawned on them that he is the best actor and something was coming. A freight train of Joker-esque horror. Here we go.
So Jared Leto's assistant turned up
Oh.
and then dropped a big...
Ratto.
yeah, and dropped a pig, his animal handler.
Yeah.
And dropped a pig carcass in the middle of the table and was like, "This is from the Joker."
Oh.
Jared Leto's doing the thing Heath Ledger did, but way more acting. Yeah. That's what it said on the pig carcass.
Oh, good, yeah.
But it went beyond that. He admitted in an interview that he sent them a whole lot of weird stuff. He sent them each anal beads.
Now, Jared Leto knows that the Joker isn't some sort of deranged mailman, right? Because it seems like he's doing a lot of... I mean,
Posting of
he's
things.
making it. He's taking very good advantage of the United States Postal Service.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Or abusing, like, one very upset and tired personal assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go to stamps.com/ha ha 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 ha, never have to go to the post office again.
That's very true. So he sent them also anal beads.
Okay.
He sent them used condoms.
All right.
He sent them... The guy who plays Killer
I
Croc.
reckon he just sent him open condoms.
I don't know what to tell you, mate. This is what he said. There's an interview.
That's if they're used condoms, that is one annoyed and tired assistant.
Yes, that's
Let me
right.
tell you.
And who used them?
Another one?
Who used them?
Yeah. Either way, the assistant is not happy.
Because if he's delivering them to everybody, is he
Yeah.
storing them up over a series of days?
Is he putting him in? Yeah. Is he putting him in a little fridge, like a little cooler?
I don't know.
We call them eskies over here.
That's
Australia,
right.
But yeah.
Maybe they're just in the sun or on a window ledge. I don't know.
Ugh.
Gross.
Yeah.
But he also sent the dude who plays Killer Croc, I can't remember his name, like sticky Playboy magazines. Are any of these things Joker-esque to you?
No. In fact, the Joker's almost exclusively not about that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's like the implication that
Wouldn't you
he...
send Killer Croc like some crocodile skin shoes or something?
Yeah,
Like a bloody skinny mate.
or a crocodile.
Yeah.
Just a
Or some
crocodile.
crocodile skin shoes filled with semen, apparently.
Or the Crocodile Dundee Goes to Los Angeles DVD.
Yeah. Oh, the
Filled with
unkindest-
semen.
Filled with semen, the unkindest cut of all. Oh.
So, is this a guy who's trying super hard to out Heath Ledger? Is this some... What is this?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I think people are happy with this new spin on it.
Yeah, I think so.
And also, I'd not heard about any of these things, so I don't know who he's doing them for.
Well, the PR, I presume.
Yeah. But does he have his own... Because there'd be PR for Suicide Squad. Do you think he has his own PR guy specifically for thinking up weird things to send in the mail?
Yes, I think there is discussion.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely some,
Yeah.
some back and forth.
Uh-huh.
Like, what else can we put semen on?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
send?
Birthday cake? Whose birthday is it in the casts?
Now, look, you've said this before. Look, we're not actors.
Correct.
But what happened to you just turn up and you remember the things you say and then you say them to the person you're sitting with
Right.
in the scene?
Uh-huh.
Why do you have to, like, bother people? And,
Yeah.
and not only the other actors, but people around you.
Yeah.
Like, there's people like Grips, Best Boys, cinematographers. Like, they have to deal...
Craft services.
They have to deal with this shit as well.
Yeah.
Just like the whims of a lunatic.
The caterer, not the cleaning staff at the bloody
Yeah.
meeting. He didn't bring, the cleaner brought like a vacuum and he brought like some Windex or something like that. He didn't bring the materials necessary to clean the blood off a desk, right? Pig's blood off a desk. He didn't bring it. He's got to go back. Like maybe it's in the van. Maybe it's not in the van though. Maybe he has to go back to like his workshop and get some pig's blood cleaner.
It's probably
a
soaked
nightmare.
right into that wood desk. Yeah. Might have to even sand it back and just revarnish it.
Yeah, some of the blood probably got on people's scripts. They got to print them again.
Exactly.
OH&S nightmare, and also bloody we're aiming for a paperless office. You know? God, he's a troublemaker.
He is. Look, it looks good. If
Yeah.
he's a good Joker,
Yeah.
whatever gets you there, mate. There's also a new Rogue One trailer. Let's not really spoil anything from it because it's the 5th or something like that.
Too many trailers.
Agreed.
And this one kind of without going into it too
Yeah.
much. And you were saying I said, oh, this is going to be the last one. And you said I don't think it will. I think there'll
Yeah.
be another one.
Yeah.
There's the bit where we've seen it in numerous trailers where our Jyn Erso is running down sort of a gantry.
Yeah.
And his TIE fighter comes up.
God, I
And
hope
we're
they don't ruin that.
I think they will. I reckon in the last one, the hatch is going to open and be like, it's me, Darth Vader. Thought you were going to get away, but no. No. He's going to waggle his finger accusatorily.
Great. I would
Yeah.
love. This is what they do. But you know what? These trailers, they're not for me and you.
Or he's going to be like, hop in, because you're evil. We've revealed that you're evil through the course of the film. Get on board. We're going to go and shoot Luke Skywalker out of his trench run. Get in, buddy. We're mates. Revealed. And yes, I'm aware it's a different TIE fighter.
You Mason.
He switches over later
Sure, yeah.
for the better one.
Or it gets like hammered. It's like it
Oh yeah, maybe.
gets caught in like a weird tube. But yeah, no, this isn't for us. This is for people who haven't seen any of these. Do you know what I mean?
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the way I feel it. This is marketing ramping up. It's less than a month away.
Who hasn't seen one of these trailers at this point though?
I think there'd be a fair amount of people.
Huh.
Yeah. And I've had messages from people going, because I said there are people that still don't know what this is. And I've had messages from people going, yeah, no, I went to the movies with a friend and they're like, why is Jin being recast? What is this kind of thing? Like, because
right.
they think it's Ray or whatever.
Right, okay.
Yeah. And as you said, who cares?
Right.
Like, as long as you get it. Like, you don't
I
care.
don't care. I don't care what you think. I don't care. Just shush in the theater.
But it is tracking for 130 million opening.
Maybe
US.
what I should do is I should have, when I go into the cinema, like a whole bunch of flyers that say this is a prequel
Yes.
on them. And when I hear the first person go, what's Darth Vader doing back? Why is Darth Vader still alive? I just flick him in the air. I'm like, it's a prequel to everybody. Shut up. Then people will be quiet. I don't know.
Depends when you go.
If you go early, that's all the nerds.
If you go with early, if you go with Star Wars fans, they're generally pretty good. You know what? They cheer too much and they laugh too much.
That's true,
But
yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
it's better than somebody going, "Who's what? Hey, what?"
Yeah.
Like I prefer that. So someone having a fun time, I'm okay with that. Guardians of the Galaxy news.
Oh.
Rumor has it, as rumors go, that there's going to be 3 new members of the Guardians of the Galaxy team,
Ooh.
expanding the universe. Even though these are characters you know, except for the first one, Mantis.
Do you mean
like a bug woman?
I thought you meant the 90s TV character.
I wish.
Played by, I want to say Carl Lumley. Remember that guy? He was in a wheelchair, but then he put on the Mantis suit.
And then he had
Yeah, then he
Mantis
had
powers.
superpowers, yeah.
Great. How good was the suit? I bet it wasn't very good. Like
It was okay. It was okay. In the pilot, he shot like darts out of his wrists and they had like poison stingers and you
like
know,
a mantis.
yeah, exactly, like a mantis always does. And they would paralyze people, but then in the additional, like in the full series, they were like electrical charges.
Okay.
Because I think people were like, is that drugs?
He killing people?
Is he injecting people with drugs? Like what's...
Yeah. Better to kill someone with a pacemaker.
I think so,
feel,
yeah. Yeah.
So Mantis, Yondu,
Oh, yep.
Michael Rooker. This is rumor, and Nebula, who's Karen
Gillan, okay. Yep.
This is a Gillian. Yeah.
I was hoping one of those would be Howard the Duck, but we takes what we can get.
That's, you know what? I wouldn't put it past them,
Yeah.
to be honest. Yeah. But here's better news. I mean, that's a good news.
That's pretty good news.
Rumor has it, and this is very much a rumor at this point,
Uh-huh.
there will be an appearance from Ego the Living Planet.
Oh my goodness. That's what I've always wanted.
And we've always wanted Al Pacino to play Ego the Living
Yes.
Planet. Hooah! Space!
Very good.
That is pretty good. I didn't have the second word ready, so I went with space. I think that worked
He would
out.
say space. He would say space and you'd be like, oh, that's very deep.
Yeah.
It's very deep.
So, how good would that be? Giant
Very
planet
good.
with a face? Do you think they'd give it a face? Or do you think it'd be like...
Just
it'd like-
glowing.
and it would like telepathy.
I think they, in the Guardians of the Galaxy...
Give it a face.
They would give it a face, I think. Just as a goof. And I think it would be the face of Al Pacino. Put that on a t-shirt. I'll wear that. Hooah, space.
We should start a hashtag to get that going. Pacino for...
All right, we'll work on it.
Yeah, we'll think about it towards
Yeah.
the end.
Hashtag Pacino the Living Planet.
Yes.
We can make that happen. And if...
Tweet it to James Gunn.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Please.
So hashtag Pacino the Living Planet at James Gunn in it.
Please.
And put us in it so we know that it's happening.
So James Gunn can finally block us, which is what we've always wanted on Twitter, if I'm honest.
Yeah, pretty great. I mean, if they're doing that, that's balls to the wall, and I respect that.
Yeah,
If
see,
they're-
that's what I'm talking about with McGee and the Master. He's
exactly.
not going to do that. He's not going to bloody do any of...
He has a coward's heart.
He's not going to have the weird Eternia Navy where they're all... They're all mustachioed men in half shirts. They're not going to do that. Real episode. That happened.
Yeah, it did.
So last week,
Yeah.
there was some rumblings on the internet that for Guardians of the Galaxy 2, director James Gunn was going to introduce the character Ego, the Living Planet.
Yep.
And there was a
Who's a planet with a face.
planet with any talks.
Yep.
Says very, very important things about space.
Probably.
And there was an even smaller an even quieter rumbling that maybe Al Pacino would play that role.
Yes.
And so we asked all listeners to tweet at James Gunn the hashtag Pacino the Living Planet.
Which they
and
did.
And boy, did people do that.
Because we haven't done this for a couple of years.
Yeah.
We did it with Ben McKenzie
For
to get him
Gotham.
to wear a mustache for Gotham.
Didn't work.
Didn't work, and he didn't respond.
Correct.
But this time,
James Gunn.
I forget that people. This isn't just for us.
Sure.
Like people really listen to this.
Yeah.
it's crazy.
We assume we record this and then we put it on the memory card and then we just sort of fling it into a cupboard. We assume that in 20 years the cupboard will just be full of memory
That's right,
cards.
exactly. And great classic memories. But yeah. So he actually responded.
Yeah.
which was cool.
James Gunn.
James
not Al
Gunn.
Pacino.
No, not.
He doesn't have Twitter, we assume.
Probably not. But yeah, what did he say? I should bring it up. But he basically said that's a great feed to kind of wake up to.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it's already cast and already written.
Yep.
But and also, you don't know how to spell Pacino.
Sure. I mean, he said
I knew how to spell Pacino.
Yeah.
But yeah. So it was nice to get a response. He was a good sport about it.
He was.
And then most people stopped immediately, which was good. There's a few people during the week.
Yeah. Thank you
still
for
did
getting
it.
on board, but please stop.
Oh man,
He's had a good He's had
Yeah.
a good week of this. Bless him.
We need to be careful with this. If we can, if this is a thing that we can.
Oh, he actually hasn't blocked me, so that's good. I can still read his tweets. That's nice.
Good. Yeah, no, we need to be careful with this. We need to pick our targets very carefully. I don't want to.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I don't want to upset anybody. He's a good sport, but what if he wasn't?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, next time we attack someone we don't like, what do you think? Like Dave Coulier or something.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Just one more bit of news.
One more bit of news is all I can handle.
Steppenwolf is
Oh,
rumored to be
the villain.
Yeah,
He's
it's
going to be the villain in the next.
Justice League Part 1.
All right.
So for those not in the know, is the uncle of Darkseid and leader, one of the military leaders of Apocalypse.
Is Steppenwolf who it was supposed to be in that deleted scene?
I think
right?
so,
Okay.
yeah. When he's got those mother
Because
boxes.
he sort of looks like him?
Yeah, because there was a few theories about who that was.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
But it was kind of hard to tell because, again, Kryptonian technology uses
Weird
this
pin
weird
art.
pin art instead
Yeah.
of an actual picture, which would have been nice.
Yeah. That in itself I thought was a really intriguing scene.
Yeah.
But there's a lot, like I've said before, there's a lot of stuff in Batman, Superman I like individually.
Yeah.
But together, it doesn't quite mesh for me.
Definitely,
Some
yeah.
people love it, and that's
Yeah,
great.
that's
You're
fine.
You're the best
Fine.
if you love it. That's cool.
You're wrong, but it's fine. It's cool, but it's wrong, but it's fine.
So apparently Darkseid is going to be a presence in the film, and then he'll fully appear towards the end.
Okay.
Now, I think this is probably a good idea to not just go Darkseid. It just turns up at the start of the next movie.
yeah. Uh-huh.
So I think they're kind of Batman, Superman tried a bit of everything at once,
Yeah.
and it didn't quite mesh
Right.
for me.
Okay.
So I think,
But if you thought it did, it's fine, but you're wrong, but it's cool, but you're fine.
so I think to kind
We're gonna
of
have to do this forever, aren't we?
yes, we are.
If you liked it, it's fine. If you thought it was the best movie ever, it's fine. You're cool, but you're wrong.
So I like they're kind of taking that Thanos approach, I guess, where just kind of
Yeah.
ease up a bit, pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Nobody, Loki is obviously a very famous Marvel villain.
Yeah.
But he wasn't a well-known villain.
That's true.
And he's kind of the precursor to Thanos and a bunch of
Yeah.
other madness. So maybe this is kind of, obviously Steppenwolf and Loki are not.
There
the
is some
same.
elements about Darkseid that they're going to have to really step lightly with.
Right.
Because again, maybe this is a good idea because what we we forget is that Darkseid has he can generate these Omega beams
Yes.
who can kill anything.
From anywhere.
From anywhere, right? They can
through time.
through time and dimensions, around walls, which is the weirdest one of all. In the dark,
In the dark.
right? But he can just if you're in the same room with him,
Yeah.
he shoots him out. It doesn't matter where you go;
Yeah.
they just keep following you.
Yeah.
Right? It takes a Superman kind of power level character
Yeah.
to not die immediately. It will kill anyone below that.
That's right, yeah.
So if he does show up at the start of the movie, it's going to take some fancy footwork
Some very fancy footwork.
for him to not wipe out everybody else in the cast.
Well, in the Justice League, the new one, you remember that new animated movie they made that kind of introduced them?
Justice League War.
They take out his eyes, or is that just in the comic that's based on? The new 52 comic that's
Yeah,
based on as well. They I know Aquaman takes out one of them with his
Right.
trident. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, work fast, though.
That's definitely
If he, yeah.
Omega beams.
Yeah, well, he'll
get you in the dark,
get
mate.
you in the
Get you
dark.
underwater, Aquaman.
Yeah.
So
Go
they
right
can't
through a salmon. You're trying to stop him with a shield of salmon, it won't work.
forget it.
Yeah.
So Is it? How do you stop those? Do you know? Can you? What if you went into like the Phantom Zone?
Oh. No, I don't know. I don't think you can.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure there's a fancy way to write around it. But
So-
I mean, if the writers of this...
Does he have to keep looking for them to keep working, or can he shoot him and then just go and have lunch?
Yeah, he goes off and he has lunch.
Okay,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Great. Cool. Anyway, great. Anything else?
No, that'll do it.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to seeing what.
I mean, I guess maybe... No, because I think they just separate off.
Right.
Because otherwise you just have to beat him in a staring competition. Or you just throw sand in his eyes and he goes, and then you're out of the woods.
That's right.
No, I think he just fires them off. They fire and forget.
Okay, good. Fire and forget.
Yeah.
Well, that seems very. I don't know. What's the word?
Maybe you can block them with a shield
Irresponsible.
of fish. I don't know. No, you know what? I think maybe...
If they hit someone else?
Yeah, I think if they hit someone else,
Right.
you have to be fast enough. And again, they can go around corners.
That's true.
So...
Yeah. So you just got to grab.
What I'm hoping for,
Hmm.
if Snyder's doing this again, is that just he shoots him at Batman, and Batman just grabs some innocent bystander or some very important B-list character.
Jimmy Olsen's back.
Jimmy Olsen's
He didn't
back.
really
Guys,
die.
I didn't die. I'm back out of the hospital again.
Human
annihilated.
shield.
Human shield annihilated.
Though
That'd be
Batman
very
was
good.
hit with them once and he was sent through time.
Yeah, they can do that sometimes as well.
Well, that's
Yeah.
a lot of variation there to work with.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good luck bringing that to the big screen.
Yep.
That's the end of Hot Quick News.
News was so hot. That was so hot and quick. I've got to go to the emergency room briefly. Edit point. So hot.
How was the emergency room?
It was good.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm glad
Gave me
you're
a
back.
little ice pack.
Yeah, I just sat here for 5 hours, but yeah, I didn't drive you.
I was going to say.
So yeah, should we get straight to Star Trek then?
Yes.
Good. So Star
As
Trek.
I like to call it, Star Trek Beyond.
Oh,
Okay,
you
that's
were
enough.
You were so ready for that.
Yeah.
You've never been more on point.
I've been waiting my whole life for a 4-syllable movie. The last 2 syllables are beyond, so I can do that as a sweet gag.
Absolutely, you can.
But I like the look of it.
Yep.
I like Spock's new haircut.
It's so full of volume.
It's a Lego man head.
I mean, he's always had the bowl cut, but it looks like a Buffont bowl cut.
Yeah, it's great.
Is it a wig? It's cut too quick. I can't tell.
Well,
My powers are useless.
Your wigdar powers are useless in this situation.
This trailer threw off my wigdar. That's unacceptable.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you think Zachary Quinto's just like, I'm not getting that haircut again. I have to walk around like
absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
I'm a very cosmopolitan gentleman.
I reckon maybe that might be it. Like maybe he's got a big shaggy, or he's got some long flowing locks.
Yeah.
He'd have great hair.
He would.
And they're like, you're gonna cut it, and he's like, no, you'll pack it down, and you put a big bulbous bald cap over it, like a light bulb, and then just put an old like monkey's era, like bowl cut hair over that.
Or a coconut husk.
Yeah. And then they're like, this is gonna look weird, and he's like, I don't care. CG it, I don't know.
Look, you made me sign up for 3.
Find someone else who looks like Spock. You can't. There's one in a generation, and it's me. You can't do it. What do you bring back Leonard Nimoy? Oh, you can't.
You
I
killed
killed him. I killed him. There can be only one. You get your classic Spock and Bones
Love it.
adventure together.
So good.
Yep.
Yeah.
You get-
God, it feels good to be like, this is a good thing and I like it. I
Yeah.
feel like I haven't done this in ages.
Right?
Yeah. About a movie.
Either
anyway.
give us a real good movie or a real bad movie.
That's
Don't give us
right.
any of these middling movies. Don't give us a middling movie.
No.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Did the dirt bike feel out of place?
Yes. Because, look, we'll get into it.
Yeah.
But even when they attempted to provide a justification for why there was a dirt bike, there still shouldn't have been a dirt bike.
No, they should. I knew there was a dirt bike, so I was like, there will be a dirt bike in this, and I'm just gonna have to.
There will be dirt bike.
That's right. I will have to roll with it. So I was like, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, it's easier to film than a space dirt bike, isn't it?
That's true.
hover-
A spurt bike.
a spurt bike. Do you think you could go into this not knowing anything about Star Trek and watch this movie and enjoy it?
Yes.
I agree also with that.
yeah.
Do you think this is for nerds and normal people as well,
Yeah,
Mason?
nerds and normal people, if you're listening, give it a whirl.
If you're out there.
If you're out there. Best movie ever.
Me too, definitely.
yeah.
Without a doubt.
But you have a different rating system now on your YouTube videos, which is listen to the review and you'll know what what
What
I'm
I
giving
mean.
it. Yeah. Okay, which I feel is the best. Because I feel people genuinely do just
It's all
skip to the end
You know
and
what?
go, what
It's not everybody because you know what? Thousands of people watch it, right?
Yep.
And
All
most.
All right, we've all got a following on YouTube, mate. All right.
Okay.
I've tried to flip over something in a jet ski and I hit myself in the nuts. We've all got a viral video out there, mate. All right. All right.
I wish that was true.
We've
But
all been hit in the head with a hills hoist. It's got a cricket bat on it. I don't know.
yeah, that's right. But most people, I would imagine,
Yep.
watch it and go, okay, and then they don't comment. Do you know
Yes,
what I mean? Because
uh-huh.
then obviously there's that small percentage of people that lose their minds that
Sure.
you know that don't understand. But that's okay, Mason.
Uh-huh.
It takes all kinds to make the world.
Yeah.
Best movie ever, though. I think we're out of steam.
Yeah. Yeah. Who cares about anything else that happened this week? This week, we saw the movie Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice.
Now, before you give your honest and, I'm presuming, positive opinion, well, a few things. I am very unsure about all my thoughts about this movie, right? But because I feel people...
I'm very sure. Here we go.
I feel people should see it
Okay.
because it is something to see. Good or bad.
Okay, I get you.
And maybe I should have said that. But I was just... This movie is fucking upside down broken.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
There are some good elements.
Uh-huh.
You were pretty positive coming out initially.
I was like,
You,
well,
no, you
here's
not,
the
wouldn't
thing,
say super positive, but
Here's the thing, though. I've had some time to think about it. This movie has tipped me over the edge. And what I by that I mean, every time I see one of these movies that's kind of bad,
yeah,
I'm like, oh, well, but they had the character that I like from the comic book, and he's
Yes.
in it. And isn't it good that we get to see this character?
and I think
Like,
that's what got me.
And I think we keep doing that.
Yeah.
And this one has tipped me over where I'm like, this is like that's all you're doing in this. This movie, Batman v Superman, I've had some time to think about it.
Yeah.
Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice is the Big Bang Theory of superhero movies, insofar as like
There's
they-
a lot of good jokes.
yes, so it makes me feel good. What are those two? The nerd and the hot one, they got together, didn't they? That's good. No, but so they had the show 2.5 Men, right?
Yeah.
and it's a sitcom and it's not good.
Yeah.
it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's bad. And then they're like, well, this is a movie for this is a sitcom for regular people.
Yeah.
So let's just make a sitcom for nerds. We'll give the nerds something they want, right? And so they just carbon copy the exact same format.
Yeah.
And they just put it in, and they're like, now write some lines where Batman and Doctor Who are on the Enterprise talking to Jean-Luc Picard, and that's the joke. There you go, nerds. That's what you like, isn't it?
That
You
is a good joke, though.
You liked, yeah, I know. I
Classic.
picked a bad example because that one just stays in my head because it's so good. And it's just this is what you like, isn't it, nerds? This movie is that where they've just gone, they've attempted to trick people by going, Dark Knight Returns, Batman fighting Superman. You like that, don't you?
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah.
You happy?
Here's some of the dialogue.
Doomsday.
So, there you go.
You like that, don't you?
Not really.
Yeah, nobody did.
I never really did.
And it's also, I think it's elements of like, Zack Snyder wanted to have those.
Yes.
Like, I want to have Batman fighting Superman, and I want Dark Knight Returns
'Cause it's
stuff.
cool.
Because it's cool. And I want Doomsday, because that's cool.
Yeah. Look, the thing that tipped me over...
But it's not cool, it's bad.
The thing that tipped me over...
This movie's bad.
The thing that tipped me over the edge of the 50% of best movie ever, worst movie ever, is Ben Affleck as Batman.
Okay.
Because I genuinely think he's really great, and there's that really awesome sequence where he clears the room of all his Bruce Wayne stuff is good.
Yep. Of the one... It's the best of the Batman action sequences in the movie.
And there's
There's two.
Oh, there's one where he monkeys out of a room.
Doesn't count.
No, it doesn't, does it?
Of the solo Batman action scenes in this movie, this is the best. That's the best and only one.
Yes.
Look.
Yeah. What's the story,
Oh,
Mason?
no.
What do you think
My
the story
famous segment, What's the Story of this movie? Okay, so it's 18 months after the events of Man of Steel.
Yep.
And people are like, what's this Superman guy? Is he alright? Is he bad? I don't know. Let's make a monument to him, though.
Yeah.
Spend city money on that.
Yeah.
We could be rebuilding the hospitals, but let's make a monument to him. And then the Daily Planet's like, no, he's the best.
Yeah.
And then and Clark Kent and Lois Lane, they're in love and just hanging out in the bath or whatever. But then over the water in Gotham City,
It is a but then movie, isn't it?
trouble's brewing because Batman's on the case. He's beating up the criminals in a way that Superman doesn't approve of, even though he probably flew through like 50 people and he didn't even notice during that fight in Metropolis that time. He doesn't, because Batman's been real rough on him and he brands them with the Batman mark and then they go into prison and then those rapists and pedophiles are in trouble in prison like they wouldn't normally be in trouble in prison.
Because they've got the brand.
Yeah. And so Superman's like, I'll take care of him because he's bad. And Batman's like, I'll take care of Superman because he's bad. He's dangerous, that guy.
But then
Lex Luthor's about it. He's like, ooh, I'm Max Landis. I'm a wacky jokester. Look at me. And then the movie ends, so it's pretty good, right?
it is very much but then
then what happens,
isn't it?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, you nailed that.
This movie is bad. Mm-hmm. And it also, unless there's some real fast footwork for the next Batman movie, this is going to ruin the characterization of Batman until they reboot this universe again.
Correct.
This Batman is done. If you like the Batman comic books, this is not the Batman you want.
No.
And you're not going to get him for the next however many movies he's contracted for until they scrap this universe and rebuild it.
And we go again.
Yeah.
Also, maybe time travel. I guess they could do
Yeah,
that.
they could time travel. I guess they could, but we'll have to get to that. And I'm going to say that.
And then,
then what happened is time travel and flashbacks, and then a flashback in a dream sequence, or vice versa, or a premonition. Who's to say? Looked cool though, didn't it?
I haven't seen you since we saw this, and your anger has
I've had some time to stew on it.
Has it?
Oh.
Have you?
And again, I just want to be clear, because a lot of people, when you say you hate a movie, people are like, oh, it's the critics are determined to hate this movie. They just want to pile on. First of all, I'm not a critic. I'm an internet celebrity man. Say what I want. I'm a loose cannon. But also, I really wanted to like this movie.
What do we got? So, Batman v Superman.
Here's something that I thought of. In that movie, Scoots McNairy is a man who's lost his legs. He's in a wheelchair.
He has to scoot around.
He has to scoot about, and he goes to this congressional hearing or this Senate hearing.
Yeah.
And Lex Luthor's put a bomb in his wheelchair.
Yeah.
And Superman is there as well to answer some questions from the Senate. And
because he killed all these people in the desert by shooting them.
That's right, with bullets.
Yeah.
Traditional Superman bullets,
which
right?
is fixed in the Ultimate Cut. But anyway, go on.
Yeah. And so, but it's a lead-lined wheelchair, so Superman doesn't see the bomb and explodes and it kills everybody. But in that scene, Lex Luthor's already had a conversation with that senator about don't give me a big jar of piss and call it Granny's peach tea or whatever, right? And so she goes to the Senate hearing and she realizes she goes in there and she looks under her desk and there's a big...
It's not even on there, it's just sitting on the desk.
It's a jar of like yellowy liquid and it's labelled Granny's peach tea, and then she's shocked and then the building explodes.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think we've covered this. Where did Lex Luthor get all the piss? Because it's a lot of piss.
He's been saving it up.
He was either...
Do you think he did a pass around at the office?
A whip around at the office. He was like, can everybody piss in this? It's for charity. But secondly... Superman didn't notice the bomb because it was in a lead-lined case.
Which isn't actually said in the original cut. It's said in the Ultimate Cut.
Right.
Yeah.
But we assume that.
Yeah.
The larger question is, why didn't he smell the piss?
Maybe it wasn't piss.
Look, no.
I mean, it was piss, wasn't it?
Look, he's got enhanced senses. And look, again, there's some, the senator knows some of this wisdom, like, don't piss in the thing and call it Granny's peach tea.
Yeah.
Surely Superman... He's got some Kansas wisdom as well. If there's too much piss, there's something amiss. And surely he'd be like, why is there so much piss in this? Why is there so much piss in this room?
But do you think he's...
No, because he'd count all the people in the room and he'd be like, even factoring in all the piss that's in everybody's bladders.
It's a lot of piss.
Why is there seems more piss? Does somebody have a really good
Maybe he was distracted.
Oh no, there's a bomb!
Also, there's if he did stop that bomb,
Yes.
there's a big jar of piss on the table that has to be accounted for. Do you reckon she'd take it and be like, this is Lex Luthor's piss, I'm fairly certain. Do you want to run some tests? Do you reckon that's how that would go?
Maybe, yeah.
Anyway. People prefer it when they go longer.
That's true.
But what do you do?
we up to now?
It's around hour 30, maybe
That's
a bit
pretty
under.
good. It's a solid amount of time.
Yeah, what do you want from us?
How long's your bloody commute? What are you going to Mars?
Yeah, what are you going to Mars, you dickhead?
What are you going to Skull Island?
What are you going to Skull Island?
You need a little playlist for...
Do you need a playlist for where you're going?
Stop copying me.
Why don't you get your playlist, you dick?
But hey,
This is why we cut it short. We run it-
yeah. Hey, I'm James, Mr. Sunday Movies, who ate all my Paschetti. Now copy that.
Ah, you son of a gun. Oh yeah, we're going to talk about Game of Thrones.
Thanks
this
to
week.
everybody who's subscribed to the Loot Crate.
Yes.
Through our page.
That's right. We appreciate it, don't we, Mason?
Also, thanks to Loot Crate for allowing me to say Loot Crate every time.
They were okay with it.
They're okay with it, yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Thanks, guys.
Maybe it's like Nike. You know, everybody used to call it Nike.
Yeah.
Or like Adidas. Americans call it Adidas.
Yeah.
Incorrect. It's Adidas.
Or it is.
So
or
maybe Loot Crate is actually pronounced Loot Crate, and they're like, finally, somebody gets it.
got it.
Yeah.
What a great spirit you have, Mason.
Thank you.
All right, let's talk about Civil War.
Woo!
Now, the American Civil War. No, but doesn't work as well, does it? Second time.
No.
Yeah. Let's talk about the bloody fight scenes, Mason.
Okay, sure.
Let me adjust my microphone again.
Okay, just adjust your microphone.
fallen down
You
again.
think we'll be better at this after like several hundred episodes, or
No,
however
but
many we've done?
nobody expects that
7,000
from us.
episodes, yeah.
That's actually lower. This is my worst day.
Yeah.
You don't have to agree.
No, it is. I've only seen some of your day so far, but it seems like if the rest of the day's been anything like this.
Yeah, fight scenes. I thought it was a little choppy, the editing
Okay.
at the start.
Right.
A little too fast paced. I think the Winter Soldier, I still think one of the best fight scenes in any of these movies, the hand-to-hand stuff, is Captain America and Winter Soldier on the freeway.
And they're knife fighting.
Yeah.
yeah.
I still think that's
Okay,
head
yeah.
and shoulders above anything, even the brand of shampoo by the same name.
Huh.
Mm.
Wow.
Is that an Australian brand?
No, that's America have that.
Thank
have that.
God, because otherwise that joke would not have landed as well as it has.
Yeah. A+ landing. Scott Lang Ant-Man is like, I'm going to try something. And I was like, ooh, I know what he's going to try. Ooh. What else is good in this movie?
Well,
it's all pretty good, right?
Do you remember the bit at the end where they had the end fight?
Do you remember the Audi chase?
Do I ever? So many Audis.
Just send us an Audi. What
Just
are you doing?
send us
Just
two
send
Audis.
Send us two Audi R8s and we'll race them.
You have the convertible.
I'd love the convertible.
There you go. I'll take a regular sedan, please.
Okay, sure. Bit too sporty for you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's actually like an Audi featurette where they're just like, it's the cast and crew being like,
Well, these are good, aren't
we
they?
love bloody Audi. They let us crash some Audis. We're like, we crash an Audi? And they're like, crash 7 Audis. And we're like, we will.
We only need one. They're like, you crushed 7. Look at those crumple zones.
That's right. Now, also in August, I didn't look up this movie. I just saw it in the list, but there's a movie called Sausage Party. So I don't know whether that's going to be any good.
What?
It's on
Who's in it?
Wikipedia. Let's look it up.
Okay.
Wait, I'm kind of reluctant to Google Sausage Party, but let's see how.
Okay,
let's
now
see.
here we go. No, okay.
You got it?
Google's found it for me.
Oh, Seth Rogen's in it. James Franco, Jonah
3D
Hill.
computer adult animated comedy film.
What?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Seth Rogen wrote some of it. Jonah Hill's in it.
Yeah.
Franco.
Yeah. Michael Cera, Selma Hayek. Okay.
Edward Norton's in this. Michael Cera, David Krumholtz.
What
the guy
is
from
this?
Numbers. Kristen Wiig's in it. Nick Kroll is in this.
All right.
I don't know. This could go either way. Having not heard one sausage's quest to discover the truth about his existence. After falling out of a shopping cart, our hero Sausage and his new friends embark on a perilous journey through the supermarket to get back to their aisles before the 4th of July sale.
Wait.
This is Wikipedia, which doesn't lie.
Why is it? Why
It
is
says page issues, though.
sure, no doubt. Why is the one sausage called Sausage? What are the other sausages called?
But it says one sausage. It doesn't say his name.
Oh, his name's not One Sausage. Okay, good.
Frank a sausage. Frank.
Frank is
Like a sausage.
Very good.
Yeah,
I
okay,
get
good.
it. Great.
Jonah Hill is Carl, also a sausage. Kristen Wiig is a hot dog bun. That's weird.
Oh, that's
I
gonna be
don't like any of that. This feels an awful... I feel we've been tricked here.
in
This
what way?
cannot possibly be real.
I don't know, man. I just saw the name.
Where have you found this, though?
in the list of movies coming out?
Where's this list come from?
from Wikipedia?
I think this is a conspiracy that goes real deep.
All right.
I reckon somebody's...
It's on IMDb as well.
I reckon somebody's done this to see how many podcasts are going to be tricked by it. Like they've gone, okay, everybody's going to have what they're looking forward to this year, and they're all going to look at Wikipedia to see what's coming up, and I'm going to put this in, and I'm going to get them all.
I think this is real.
I don't know, man.
I'm in.
All right.
Reluctantly, because I want to know what this is. I don't think there's ever been a food-based adult comedy animated movie.
Edward Norton as Sammy Bagel Jr., a bagel. Cannot be real. Cannot be real. Salma Hayek is playing Teresa Taco. No.
All right, we'll see, won't we?
Bill Hader's playing Guacamole. I don't like this at all. This is definitely a trick. Nah.
Not on board?
Well, there's an interview on HitFix, so maybe...
You're getting to the bottom of this. It's just a rabbit warren of...
God, I don't know about this. Also, even if it's real, and I'm not saying it is,
Yes.
it's definitely made up, is it going to be any good?
No.
Because it seems if...
Simply something you'd make up when you're high.
Exactly. This sounds like they're like Rogan or somebody has like a whole bunch of microphone. It's, you know what? I bet James Franco has a whole bunch of microphones in his house and he just records things because he's a weird dude, right? He's a weird dude and he's sometimes arty, but he's mostly just cashing a check, right?
Yeah.
But he's got a whole bunch of microphone. Somebody was like, "Hey, why don't you put a whole bunch of microphones and cameras in your house?" For some art thing, and he's like, "Good idea."
Some art thing, good.
Some art thing. That's what I
I'm about.
like. People like it when I do art things.
Yeah.
And he's just put it on. Everybody's gotten high, and they've just been like, imagine if I was a sausage, and they've just improvised dialogue for 90 minutes, and they've just sent it to DreamWorks or whoever.
Be like, do this.
Do this. That's what this is. So it could either be funny, like this. You know what? It could be really funny, but it could be
stoner
totally
nonsense.
garbage.
Yeah.
Totally garbage. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like stoner
Assuming
movies.
it's real.
Yes. I
But
don't
it's
like...
not, but it's not real.
You know, stoner movies, I just don't like them. I don't find them funny at
Pineapple
all.
Express.
No, see, I don't consider that a stoner movie. That's people, I mean, like movies that are made being like, you'll love this if you're stoned.
Right,
You'll love
right,
it. That's what I'm talking about. Like that kind of shit.
Like
think of
Speed
this.
Racer.
Yeah, like Speed Racer. Like bloody Dude, Where's My Car? And that kind of stuff. It's like, oh, you know, because it's the kind of thing you go and get blazed and you go in and you watch it because you're a dickhead. Shut up. Mason, can you believe Suicide Squad is upon us? Has been upon us. It's
Yes.
done. It's old news, mate.
Whoa! What are we even doing here?
Okay, before we get into what you and I thought of it in particular, it's looking to make possibly up to $150 million in the US on its debut weekend.
Seems like a lot.
Enormous, Mason.
That's enormous money.
Like conservatively, probably around 130 to probably 140.
If there's as many billboards in America as there are in Melbourne,
Yeah.
like just if there are as many billboards in all of America as there are just in Melbourne right now, they're gonna do fine because every bus shelter, every building has a Suicide Squad.
You know it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And they just released that Skrillex song.
Oh, purple Lamborghini.
You know it, even
Yeah.
though there's not a purple Lamborghini.
It's not a
in it.
Lamborghini. It's more a pinkish purple, and it's not a Lamborghini. It's a kit car.
Absolutely.
It's
So
a nice kit car.
yeah, it's fine, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's no Ferrari. If I had to.
That's how the Joker got started. He
Ah.
bought some Vader rims. That's the name of the company.
Right.
And then he slowly purchased the rest of the car and he put it together.
That's how that works.
Mm.
Good stuff. So we're going to go non-spoilers, then spoilers.
Can I say,
Yeah.
before we get started, so, you know, like a lot of movie reviewers, we're on Marvel's payroll.
Correct.
So we tend to give Marvel movies good reviews and DC movies bad reviews.
Except
And
for the Marvel movies we don't really like.
Yeah, exactly. So what I was thinking is that we should redress the balance by getting on DC's payroll. I feel that would be the quickest way. So what I've done is I've written some pull quotes for Suicide Squad. So DC, if you're listening, and I know you are, I've got 3 pull quotes. If you want to put them on your posters or whatever.
That you're throwing around America. And
Yeah,
whatever.
you go right ahead. Okay, here we go. Number 1.
I'm ready.
The best DC movie yet, asterisk. That's number 1. Suicide Squad exceeded my expectations, asterisk. That's 2. Number 3. DC's done it again, asterisk. Okay, DC, you can use those. Now stop listening. Things will work out for the best if you stop listening at this point.
So from what I've gathered, Mason,
Yes.
you had a bad time?
Well, do you want to know what happens after the asterisks?
Please.
Oh, I mean, we can do this organically.
No.
Okay.
How we
all right.
want to do it?
The best DC movie yet, asterisk. If you don't count Man of Steel. I mean, technically you should because it's in that universe, but they didn't really build a shared universe yet. Like, it wasn't set up
No,
for that.
not
So it
as
feels
much.
kind of like a separate movie.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, if you do count that, then it's not the best one.
Gotcha.
It's not as good. If we're including all, like, DC Vertigo properties that could potentially exist in this universe, I would go with The Losers. That's the best one.
That is a good
And
one.
that could totally fit in.
They could fit that
Except
in.
Jeffrey Dean
Dean
Morgan would
Morgan's
have
in
to be
both,
have to be in both. So you have to recast
What about
him.
Watchmen?
Oh, that's technically
Because
back
they're
in.
maybe. Well, anyway,
Maybe. Yeah. Exceeded my expectations, asterisk. My expectations were in the toilet. So congratulations, DC, your movie is better than a toilet. That's 3. 3, DC's done it again, asterisk. What specifically they've done is they've made a garbage movie with a couple of bright spots in it to trick us into thinking that this is a good movie, but it's not a good movie. And we're going to have to wait. If we want to get the full movie, we're going to have to wait for the extended edition again.
that's the asterisk.
Yeah, that's the asterisk. Yeah.
Well, you know what, Mason?
Yes.
I had a fun time with this movie.
Uh-huh.
That being said, I don't disagree with any of the things
Yeah.
you've said.
Look, I had an okay time with this movie.
Yeah.
But it is not a good movie.
Yeah, I can't really argue with that.
Uh-huh.
Captain Boomerang I enjoyed. I would have liked to have enjoyed him more, though.
Exactly. Look, I think we've seen Jai Courtney and stuff before.
Yep.
That was bad. Terminator Genesis is bad.
Yeah.
He's good in this. He's clearly channeled his internal Australian bogan backpacking through Thailand. Like he's just dirty and aggro and just sinking
Bad
tinnies.
facial hair.
And he's just getting in people's faces.
Violent.
And I like what we see of him, but he's barely in the movie.
Yeah, unfortunately. And
Yes.
what does he do? His character motivation, I did not buy at all. He had a great moment in the bar where they're
Yep.
like, listen, I'm going to shut off. I'm breaking my phone, so I'm not going to detonate any
Yep.
bombs in your head.
Uh-huh.
And Captain Boomerang just gathers up his beer and
And he leaves.
and he
Yeah, that's-
bolts.
yeah, that was
And I'm
great.
like, that's great.
Yep.
And then 10 seconds later, they're walking down the street and he just kind of sidles up into the group.
Yeah.
Even have a cut of him drinking beer and he's just like, fuck it. And he just rejoins. But he just kind of goes back in the line.
That's what I was going to say. We should get back to character motivations in a second. It disappointed me again because he didn't have any novelty boomerangs. He should have had novelty boomerangs, tons of them.
Too many.
Would
We should have been spoiled for choice, Mason.
have been spoiled for choice. There wasn't even the moment where he throws the boomerang, somebody goes, "You missed," and then it hits him in the back.
You
of the
hate
head.
that, though.
No, but here's the thing: you do a funny little twist on it. He throws the boomerang. The bad guy, the opponent goes, "You missed," and Captain Boomerang's like, "Did I?" And there's a beat, and you hear the boomerang like fall into the water. I hear a splash, and then it cuts back to Boomerang. And he's like, "I'm really drunk. I'm so drunk."
That would have been amazing.
Would have worked.
Ben Affleck, when you do your Captain Boomerang solo movie, let
Put
Mason
that
see
in.
the script.
Let me see the script. Gonna think of a theme. Here we go. Wait, I can do this. Miniguns are pretty rad. Is this one good or is it bad? We'll test this scene to its limits in the segment Meso's Minigun Minutes.
Did you
I
say
did it.
minute?
Yeah. It's hard because you got to work backwards. I went what rhymes with minute? Nothing. I don't want to know now. I've already done it.
I had skillet, but that doesn't
Okay.
even rhyme.
Anyway, you know Mark Ruffalo. Anyway, here we go. So for anybody who doesn't know, I love a minigun,
Right.
which is a real big gun with a lot of barrels.
Sure.
It's usually hung on a helicopter or a very large action hero,
Yes.
like The Rock or Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Sure.
And they're often in movies, but they're often poorly used.
Yes.
Okay, so in this one, it's mounted to a helicopter. Good start.
Great start.
It's a big old gun. Good old muzzle flash. You know what? Okay, plus 100 points because they actually shoot some people with it.
Yeah, they riddle
Because
them.
99% of the time, it's just used to shoot at foliage or police cars or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just want to see somebody riddled with
Just
bullets.
get torn in
That's
half.
what I want.
Yeah.
Exactly. And look, and again, it's nobody important gets shot with it.
No.
Just some
Some of
troop.
Rick Flag's.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Friends.
Who's Scott Eastwood in this?
Nobody. Oh, yeah, by the way, I did a poll for the Weekly Planet.
Oh yes.
Hashtag Weekly Planet Pod. What did you think of Suicide Squad? 13% said total shit. 18% said pff, whatever. 54% said fun but with flaws. 15% said amazing. So I think most people kind of fall in that middle
Yeah, okay, yeah. Mhm.
kind of range.
Uh-huh.
Even though you hated it, Mason, because as we know, you're a Marvel fanboy. You're a dickhead. You're a bad bloke. You bring nothing but negativity. I hope you get hit by a car.
All those things are true.
All right, Josh Trank. Let's have a look.
All right.
We should have regular Josh Trank updates.
Oh, just Trank updates.
What's a good name for that? You're good at naming things.
Oh, okay. Just Trank.
Is he back on Trank?
Ooh, you've done
like
it.
that?
Yeah. No, that's it should be punchier.
Okay.
Maybe just back on track?
That's what I said.
No,
No, I said, is he back? Okay,
Yeah,
fair
back
enough.
on track. You have to say it like that.
Okay.
God, this is going to be a...
Fantastic Four got 9% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ugh.
No, there's nothing in his Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Oh god, this is not good for Josh Trank.
No.
He had a Star Wars and everything.
This is going to be our greatest recurring segment of them all. Even better than Minigun Minute.
I don't think anything's better than Minigun Minute,
That's
Mason.
true.
Josh Trank is one of those guys who looks complete...
Upcoming Project 1, The Red Star.
Okay. It's not on his IMDb.
Yeah, it is.
Not
Oh.
as director.
No, he's co-writer.
Okay, there you
Okay,
go.
yeah.
He's easing his way back in.
Yeah, he is.
He's one of those guys who looks completely different in every photo I see.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'm like, is that Josh Trank? Is he back on Trank? I don't know. All right, Mason.
Yeah.
Let's get into the next segment of the show.
Let's
which
get
I
the
know
next
you love.
segment.
Look, I've had a bloody glass of wine as I've been doing this,
yeah, I
as
know.
you know.
I'm aware.
Yeah. Hey, is there something going on with you? You seem like a little off.
No, I'm good. Listen, Stranger Things is great. If you don't like it, it's fine and it's cool, but you're wrong. It's fine that you feel that way, enjoy what you want, but you're wrong.
What do you get out of here, kid?
Bloody get out of here.
Ruining this stellar show that nothing ever goes wrong. What a Stranger Thing. What's next? We got to talk about Doctor Strange.
Okay,
Mason.
can I take the lead on this one?
Of course you can.
This movie was fine. Good night, everybody. We're done. See you
Really?
next week.
Okay,
It's fine.
I thought you would have liked it a little bit more.
I did. Look, it was. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
There was some genuinely great effects.
Yeah.
I didn't love the being hurled through. I wasn't as entranced by this being hurled through multiple dimensions kind of thing. A lot of people are blown away and be like, "Oh my god, he looked at his hand and then his hand grew some more hands
Yeah.
and they grew some." I don't care.
But I saw that.
Take your bloody first acid trip dreams and bloody get them out of here. I don't care for any of that.
It's their first dalliance. Is that the right word? Into the
I
world
guess
of
depends what you're gonna say. Magic.
into the world of magic and sorcery.
Yep.
But I have one question for you, Mason.
Okay.
What do you think the story was?
Oh no! You've done it again. You've got me at my most vulnerable. So let me think. Okay, so
Iron Man, except it's magic.
it's Iron Man. See, there we go. Like, it's a perfectly good Phase 1 Marvel origin movie.
Yeah, it is.
right?
That's exactly what it is.
It's probably not the best one. The best one's still Iron Man.
I like First Avenger quite a lot.
Like, when I think Doctor Strange in a magical battle with
Yeah.
another sorcerer, I think the bloody bolts of bedevilment, and I think
Sure.
of the crimson
The
bands
winds
of
of Watum.
winds of Watum, and I
Yeah.
think like fireballs and lightning bolts and illusions and, you know, monsters being conjured up out of little
Yeah.
circles and bloody, you know,
I don't.
inanimate objects being turned into snakes.
Sure.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
Nothing turned into a snake in this movie.
That's true. Nothing did turn into a snake out of 10.
Yeah.
But I think that's. I'm fairly certain they did that for a reason. They gave him like 3 things.
Yes.
But there were certain scenes where that worked to hit the movie's advantage.
Yeah, all right.
And what I'm talking about is there's a bit where he gets in a brawl in the Sanctum Sanctorum.
Yes.
And he can't do anything.
Yeah.
And they're just hammering him and he's running. And he's got one thing. And I
Yeah.
thought that was really interesting that he's not quite at that level and he's still
Yeah.
surviving.
No, I see, but
There's a level of
I
tension
guess the
there.
idea, like, I understand that he's not the sorcerer supreme in this movie.
Yeah.
That he can't call upon all these amazing, you know, powers that the version in the comic books does.
Yeah.
But I feel like there was not even any inkling that anybody in this universe, on any level, in any place in the world, could do any of these things. Like the movies, you go to the library in this movie, and it contains, you know, there's these hundreds of books of all these different spells, and, you know, gathered from all corners of the world and all times and all
Sure.
places. But everybody's got the same cookie cutter powers. Everybody is essentially
Got a
just
stick.
Everybody's got a stick, and everybody's doing Tai Chi, but they've got handfuls of big orange sparklers. That's everybody in this movie. Or like the good guys have fistfuls of orange sparklers, and the bad guys have ghost knives. That's it. Give me something like it doesn't. They're no different from anybody else in the Marvel universe. They're harnessing some energy from somewhere.
Yep.
They're turning it into a vague thing.
Right.
Like, and when I was coming out of this movie, my first thought was, and we'll get to why in spoilers.
Yeah.
My first thought was, I don't think Doctor Strange would pass an Avengers audition. Like he'd come in the room.
What?
and
You couldn't beat Hawkeye?
no, the Vision had come in the room. He'd come into the room, and the Vision would be wearing like his sweater vest, and he'd have a clipboard, and he'd be like, so Doctor Strange, what can you do? And Doctor Strange is like, I can make shields. And Vision's like, oh, indestructible shields? And Strange would be like, no, they're very destructible. One hit and they're gone. And Vision would be like, we kind of already have an indestructible shield, guys. So can you do anything else? And he'd be like, I've got an incorporeal astral form. And the Vision would be like, oh, good.
Very good.
Very good, isn't it? How good is it when the bad guys just can't touch you? Isn't that great? And he's like, well, I mean, potentially they could find my lifeless still body on the ground a couple of feet away, but it's fun to walk through walls, isn't it? And then Vision would be like,
we have a guy who walks through walls?
Yeah,
it's me?
It's me. Can you do anything else? And Strange is like, I know Kung Fu. And then the Vision would be like, we all bloody know Kung Fu. The other day, we all did Kung Fu on each other so hard we blew up an airport. You're not impressing me, mate. I've tried to be nice.
How good would like a rebooted X-Men, recast really well, integrated in the Marvel Universe? I think that would be spectacular. And I don't hate all the X-Men films. A lot of them I quite like.
Yep.
I'd probably like half of them, maybe. Maybe, yeah.
Would you see if they're going to reboot the X-Men and put them in the Marvel Universe? Wouldn't you really want to see Hugh Jackman as Wolverine just one more time?
I think, look, yes, because I think he's great.
Yep.
But it's at the point where if you're going to fresh start it, you kind of have to kick him. Because he's kind of at the age where he probably doesn't want to keep doing it. He's done 8.
Yep.
I mean, not all full movies, but most of those movies revolve around him.
Yep.
He's nearly 50, or he's 50 this year.
Yep.
He's got to maintain that body.
Correct.
And he doesn't want to do that anymore either. I think, yes.
What about this? What about this? Well, does he necessarily have to have an action role in it? I mean,
No.
maybe give him like one scene where he's doing action and he's got a shirt on.
I feel like they went for him for something. That might have been Doctor Strange.
No.
I'm sure they've hit him
Amazing.
up. I'm sure they've hit him up for something. I can't remember what it is.
I'd like to see maybe what if they get reintegrated into the Marvel universe and there's like you don't see him but there's constant references to the Professor. Like we're going to get back to the mansion and see the Professor and then we go back and it's Wolverine.
And he's bald.
Maybe. Yeah. He's like, I don't know what happened to the continuity. Why am I bald now?
I would love that.
Right?
Also, his hair grows back when it gets burnt off.
Yeah.
To the same length.
Yes.
Remember that happens in the Wolverine?
Yeah.
The nuclear bomb goes up.
That's right, yeah.
These movies are fucked.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Now, somebody floated this to me on Twitter, and I'm sorry, I don't have your name in front of me. And a few people I think have suggested this. What if Professor X is just in his mind?
Oh.
I think it's possible, but I think he looks bedridden. Like, I don't think he'd be caring for him to that extent.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
he'd just be kind of in the room with him.
I'm not, you know what, I'm not looking forward to real sad Professor X. Like, there's a bit, they're in a car chase, and Wolverine's doing a doughy, and Professor X is in the back, and he's just looking real sad and helpless, and he's like, oh no, oh, I don't like these G-forces, oh, and I'm like, oh, so sad.
That's how I would look at a car if somebody's doing a doughy.
Yeah.
I do not feel comfortable with that.
No, I think you're right. Or, I mean, I guess...
Because he can jump into people's minds.
Maybe that's
something he
okay.
can do.
Yeah, but why would he look...
Yeah,
Because
well, that's right.
Whenever you see...
Unless he's like he's all feeble.
Yeah.
Like his mind is
I guess
still...
so. But I guess whenever you see a version of Professor X in someone's mind, it's always an ideal version of him.
Yeah, that's true.
Like even in Apocalypse,
Yeah.
when you see him, he's still got the hair.
Yeah,
When
he's
you see
so
him-
vain. That
Yeah, he's so vain. He's still got the hair, even though he's bald. And
That whole movie was built around him going bald.
they started with him going bald and they worked their way backwards. The villain, they're like, I bet there was probably a whiteboard, the producer's whiteboard, and it's like Professor X going bald, and they're like, what villain could make him go bald?
Well, technically any of them, I guess. Oh, God. Because he was so frightened in his mind.
Could he just go to Pop's
that right?
barbershop? No, it's in
No.
a different universe.
What are you thinking?
Yeah,
Get out.
Get out of here. You're fired.
Good stuff. All right, Mason. Just
Yes.
going to reach down and get this.
Okay.
All right. I haven't got it. I got bloody fidgety hands.
Uh-huh.
Do you know that about me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't bloody sit still.
Or is fidgeting.
Yeah. All right. What do we got? Oh, yeah, let's do the next segment of the show.
Okay. Oh, next segment.
Oh,
Okay.
you looking forward to it?
Yes.
Me too.
But again, not sad, Professor X.
Fair enough.
Come on, mate.
Would you want him in the
Cheer up.
back when he's doing a donut just going, woohoo?
Yeah.
Is that what you want?
Yeah, Panama by Van Halen's playing.
But someone should take this trailer and recut it
If
with
you can
Panama.
just yeah, either the whole trailer or just 4 minutes of them doing doughies in the car, and it's like Panama, Panama. Yeah, that'd be really good.
Good stuff.
We have fun here, don't we?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do. Well, Mason, seeing as it's Batman Day apparently, which is
Yeah.
apparently a thing.
And it's tactical batsuit day as well. Because sometimes he wears a silken costume.
Yeah.
It's not bulletproof. But
That's
why
right.
why would you though?
to get around quicker.
Just
To show off his abs.
show off your abs. That's true.
And that sweet V that he's got, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. We thought we'd talk like the best and the worst and the weirdest versions of Batman and like bat suits and just a whole lot of variations.
It's a Batman grab bag.
It's so true.
Batman grab bag. It's the
Hashtag
Batman grab bag.
Batman grab bag. So yeah, we're just gonna we've got some tweets that we're gonna read out
Yeah.
towards the end of some of the listeners' favorites.
Okay, here's one that I thought was terrible. Like I think it's terrible now.
I thought I was gonna start, but
Okay, do you
no,
want
it's
to
not
start?
okay.
Okay.
I was just-
We have fun here, don't we? No, because I was just thinking about this one the other day. It's not good.
yeah,
But I'm sure I have the prestige format softcover version at home.
Right.
At my parents' house in a box somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's did you ever read Superman Speeding Bullets?
is that the one where Batman is Superman?
No, Superman is
Superman's
Batman.
Batman, sorry,
How
yeah.
dare you?
Sorry.
What?
Sorry,
You're an
everybody.
idiot. As if Batman would be Superman. No, in this one, Superman's Batman. But this is the version where Kal-El lands not in Kansas but in Gotham City,
Yeah.
and is adopted by the Waynes. And
Because Bruce is dead?
it's a good question. I think they just didn't have a Bruce.
Oh, I thought he was
Yeah.
killed. Anyway, maybe I'm
But
wrong.
why would they name the kid Bruce again?
Oh, they named him Bruce again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
They
wouldn't
named him
call-
Bruce again.
Bruce again, yeah. Well, we tried, but
Hashtag Batman grab bag.
we missed him. But so here's Bruce again. But anyway, so they raise him, and then the exact scenario plays out again.
Yeah.
Where they're leaving the Zorro film, and there's a mugger, and Thomas and Martha Wayne are killed, and then Batman incinerates him with heat. Bruce incinerates him with heat vision.
Right.
And then he becomes sort of a more masked Batman, like he's got the full face covering.
Okay.
And but the problem is, anytime you give Batman too much power, it's no longer fun.
Yeah, you're
he's
right.
got. I mean, sure, he can fly like a bat can fly, but he can also shoot heat vision like a bat can
like
shoot
a bat
heat
can
vision.
fly. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right. And it's anytime. It's
You got to be careful how you level him up.
and it's okay. It's okay in terms of like because this is an Elseworlds and this
Yeah,
isn't. It's out of
exactly, yeah.
continuity and it's fine for 5 minutes. But then, if you to take that into the real world, the real world. If you take that in a regular continuity, there's no more fun.
No, you're right.
His strength is that he's a regular guy to most extent.
There is actually a comic as well where Batman gets Bruce Wayne's powers. They swap. And I
Batman
can't-
gets Bruce Wayne's powers. He's bad at business.
So-
He's bad at business, but he's good at delegating.
I'm really
he's
tired.
He's good at pretending to be asleep during board meetings.
That's right.
Yeah.
Fading sleep.
So the bad guys have like a big mob gathering, and they're like, "What's
Who's
Batman
this?"
doing here?" No, don't worry about it. He's asleep. You just got a snot bubble coming out.
But so Bruce Wayne gets Superman's powers.
Yes.
But he goes mad. Like,
Right, okay, yeah.
So he loses his smarts.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they end up having a battle, and he beats him with kryptonite or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not
Uh-huh.
worth really talking about. Mason, we've got a topic for this week.
Oh
And
yeah.
I've changed it at the last minute.
Great.
I want to do, just thinking about Ben Affleck, I want to do who has the widest head and face in Hollywood.
Willem Dafoe.
What about John
Done.
Travolta?
Oh, that's pretty wide.
Ron Perlman, more long than wide.
Yeah, he's more long than wide.
Ray Liotta,
Oh, that's such a wide head.
Javier Bardem.
So wide. What's that movie? And there's a woman. I think it might be. Is it?
Brazil.
It's Brazil.
Yeah.
There's a woman, and she's got all the heads being
Yes,
stretched
yes,
out.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Widest head in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Okay, the woman from Brazil.
Okay,
well,
we
now
did
that I guess we could do another topic now that we've
Yeah, cool.
covered
Now
that.
we've exhausted that.
Ben Affleck does have a big head, doesn't he? I mean, he's a big bloke, but he's got
Hmm.
a big bloody head on him.
I think a lot of people in Hollywood have big heads.
Because they got small bodies and big heads?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Though I think he is big. I think he's like 6'4" or something.
Hmm.
Anyway.
Are we going to talk about the Uncanny Valley?
Absolutely, we should.
I don't know. That may have been debunked recently.
Was everybody in Ally McBeal having a stroke? Is that what that show was?
Oh, is that why everybody saw a dancing baby?
Yeah.
You know, I don't. Maybe it was the stress of lawyer life.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe.
But that
Maybe it's
is
a
a-
metaphor.
Maybe it's the stress of like somebody hearing you go to the toilet in that unisex bathroom.
That's probably it. Yeah.
Yeah. Robert Downey Jr. was in that.
He was. It was his low point. It was his lowest point.
No, actually, it wasn't because he got fired for drug use. Then he went to jail. So some would
Oh,
argue.
probably jail was his lowest point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I meant in the Hollywood machine.
Okay,
With
sure.
Ally McBeal.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
But by all accounts, he was really good in that.
Mm-hmm.
They brought in Bon Jovi after to kind of lift lift the spirit of the show.
Bon Jovi's not going to jail.
He certainly isn't.
Ha.
Yeah, Uncanny Valley. Do you want to explain that?
Well, the Uncanny Valley sort of. We as human beings.
Yes.
And we're both human beings.
That we know about.
Oh boy. we will accept and we will not find disturbing a character that is like a robot character or a CGI character
Yep.
that does not look at all like a human.
Yes.
So like an R2D2
Yep.
character like that. You know, he's got kind of he's got kind of human character traits. You know, he's got a little personality all of his
Sure.
own, but he doesn't look anything like.
Most of us.
Yeah, exactly. Precisely.
Yeah.
And we'll accept.
Can you remind me to put my bins out?
Are you leaving this in?
Yeah.
How dare you?
I just had a thought.
God,
Last week I had to run out my underwear and put my bin out, and my neighbour's like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Yeah, what?" Like, this is what this is.
yeah, we'll have to leave this in. I'll make a note. I'll make a note in my Weekly Planet, and I'll put the bins out.
I just caught the truck.
What we reading? Put your bins out. I'm putting bins. All right. Yeah. What do you mean in the morning?
No, tonight, because I don't want to run out in the
All
morning
right.
again.
I've written it down.
Thank you.
What are we talking about? The
Uncanny Valley. I'm
All right.
sorry.
It has nothing to do with garbage bins.
Well, I thought R2D2 and garbage bin,
Oh,
and that's how I
perfect.
made the
You
connection.
brought it back.
I've done it. Yeah.
This is nothing if not an episode about perfect segues.
Mason, I hope you believe in this, all the Marvel news that we've got.
Woo!
So we got some Netflix trailers.
Yes, we did.
We
So
got
good.
Luke Cage, we got
Yep.
Iron Fist, and we got the Defenders.
Yeah,
Not of the Earth, Mason.
Did he put it in? Did he put it in?
Who's to say,
Who's
Mason?
to say? I don't know.
Maybe
I'll
I've
never
given
know.
up on that game.
Okay. Has he though?
So let's talk.
Defenders of the Earth. Defenders. Out of the sky, his rockets ignite. Jets into battle, flying faster than light. Flash Gordon. Lord of the jungle, the hero who stalks. The beasts call him brother, the goes to war. Defenders of the Earth. Defenders.
Iron Fist!
Also, the biggest reveal that people tweeted to us.
Yes.
I'm sure you know what this is.
Oh, Kurt Russell has been cast
Yes.
as Ego the Living Planet and also Star-Lord's dad.
How does that work?
I don't know, but I think
It's prediction time, Mason.
I'm going to...
Ring a ding ding.
Oh.
This is the official bell we always use every week. If you've just tuned in for the first time,
Here
this
we
is-
go. Time to predict. Ring-a-ding-ding. I'll predict a thing. That's what we say. Somebody make a theme tune. We will add it to we'll add it literally every single time we predict the thing on this podcast. So you'll get no money, but you'll get a lot of glory.
That's right.
I'll give you a clean one. Ring-a-ding-ding. Let's predict a thing.
I've spent all day making trailer breakdowns.
You are delirious.
I've clearly-
That's not as funny as you think it is. Okay, I'm going to predict that he can make human avatars. Because he can't
Okay.
because he can't move, sort of. But I'm going to say that within a certain radius, he can create a human avatar
Okay.
to explore the universe or what have you.
All right. Ring a
And
ding
it can
ding.
and it can bang.
Yeah, well, that's
You know
right.
what I mean?
Because one goes to Earth, being a pure light.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a prediction. Yours actually sounds a lot better. Ring a ding ding. I'll predict a thing.
Okay,
That
theme tune. Add some Christmas bells.
the planet is a ship, like a Wizard of Oz situation.
Oh, okay,
and
sure.
he's the pilot, and so they think it's this big kind of sentient planet, but it's just a dude in a really big ship.
Oh, okay, that works. Okay, yeah.
But I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
That's what we do in this segment. Yeah.
That's
Anything
why
else?
it's lasted so very long. Because it's good at predicting.
Well, it's one of our staples.
Yeah.
Best show.
What?
What? You had one before on your screen. What was it? It was a cowboy 80s show. What was that one called?
Oh, Brave Star.
Brave Star. His horse was anthropomorphic.
Oh no.
Anthropomorphic.
Oh no. It's the
What did he say?
pronunciation episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't always anthropomorphic. He was a regular horse, but like an intelligent regular horse, like a cyborg horse.
Right.
And then he would, like, if Brave Star needed backup, he would like
Rear up.
he would like rear up, and he would. I guess his legs would, like his back legs would click forward, so they were regular
His knees would snap.
Yeah, and he'd draw his own rifle, and
Could
he'd
he
put
talk?
and he'd put on
That's
he'd put on his
great.
cowboy
Wait,
hat.
before or after the transformation?
Both.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So he had like metal legs that would like click into place, or
Yeah.
well, that's great.
Yeah,
And
you could buy. I think I had the action figure.
and he'd whip out his hat.
He'd often whip out his hat.
But don't you think that's a bit that's a weird relationship to have with another intelligent being? It'd be like we did the podcast together and then you like ride me home or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Click your legs back into place. We're going.
it's very strange.
Yeah. He was on the planet of New Texas.
Right.
Planet New Texas. Here's another character where everybody immediately is going to go, just get the Rock.
Oh yeah, that's
He's a big
even
broad,
the horse.
He's a big broad guy and he's ethnically ambiguous. Yeah, both of them, right? Exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or, here's the thing though, Brave Star could call on spirit animals,
Ah.
and I don't think you can use spirit animals anymore.
No, I don't think that's a thing.
It's weird, right?
Would there be another way you could do it where you could be like don't call it spirit animals?
Yeah, almost
Just
certainly.
be like tech bird. I don't know.
You could say tech bird. Yeah.
Good. Great stuff.
What was that other one? This is going to be an episode of what was that other one?
Yeah.
But you know what, Brave Star? Look,
I don't think
eventually
so.
the nostalgia well is going to run dry, and every single one of these properties is going to come forth.
Yeah.
Look, you couldn't do it it wouldn't work as a gritty reboot because again, standy-uppy horse.
Yeah.
Standy-uppy cyborg horse. It's not going to work. Or could you do it as like a Last Days of the Wild West kind of thing, or like it's an apocalyptic future on this planet,
Right.
And like you could do it like an Old Man Logan kind of thing.
Sure.
That would work.
But with a standy up.
With a standy-uppy horse, right? But it could be maybe all his systems are malfunctioning and he's only a regular horse now.
Yeah.
And he's always like, oh, I remember back in the day when I was a standy-uppy horse. Under the sea.
Under the
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba.
I'm a crab helping a mermaid fall in love with a man. Harry Potter. Now, we've been promising that we'd do a Harry Potter episode for a while.
Yep.
Maybe we should make this a yearly thing, seeing as we're getting 5
Sure.
movies, though every 2 years. So, like, we had our yearly Hunger Games Doctor Who episode.
Sure, yeah.
And now that's out the window because one of those stopped.
And also, if you listen to all those, you notice our distinct loss of enthusiasm over the course of. Should we team this up with another franchise? Maybe not this time around because we don't have another
Sure.
thing. but-
Yeah, well, I think we need to do 2 movies at a time because there's
Okay.
8 in total. So, presuming this podcast keeps going,
Yep.
I guess we'll do this for 8
What is
years.
it? Yeah.
No,
Sure.
no, 4 years. Because if we do 2 at a time.
Yeah, nice.
Mathematics, Mason. It's important. I was actually at school when this one actually first came out, but even then I was at the age where I was like, fuck this.
Okay, sure.
And I hadn't read them at that point.
Uh-huh.
And I think I saw the first 2 before I read the books. I'm like, why would I read this?
Yeah. We're recording, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I just had a moment of dread.
We're around 30 minutes.
Okay, right.
Wait, when did you remember these when they came out?
Yeah, I saw the first one in cinemas.
Did you?
Because I think at the time I was dating somebody who had read the books.
Okay.
A child. No, I'm kidding. You can edit that out. No, don't. It's fine.
No, well, I don't think the books are for kids necessarily.
Okay, right.
But these first 2 movies more so. Also, you get to an age where you don't have to travel. It's called apparat, where you can disappear and reappear anywhere. And you can do that at like your VCE levels. You get to like 16 and you're allowed to do it.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. But like, why does anybody do anything?
Why does anybody have a car?
Yeah, well, exactly. Well, he does it because George Weasley's the head of Muggle Affairs, or he's in that department.
So he has to pretend to be human or something?
Well, that and he's just got a real interest in it. And like he's
I
got
see,
a
right.
fascination with like Muggle stuff.
Right, it's like nobody needs a hot rod or something, but you
no,
build one
but
because
he
it's fun.
built-
Okay, right. Okay, that
exactly,
makes sense.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But but you can't do that in Hogwarts. That's got to so you can't just teleport into Hogwarts. Like not even Dumbledore can.
Right, okay.
But he can clap on a phoenix and disappear. That happens in the 5th movie. It's pretty sweet.
Uh-huh.
It's his finest moment. in the movies.
Sounds amazing.
He bursts into flames.
That's
it's
his.
incredible.
That's his Gandalf fighting the Balrog. He claps and he disappears. Amazing.
It's really good. It's a really good scene because they come to arrest him.
Yes.
Because they're like, "You're starting an army to overthrow the government," and he's like, "I'm not going to go with you." And they're like, "You better." And he's like, "See you later." And he bursts into flames. It's great. And one guy's like, "That dude's got style." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, he does." In that scene, at least.
They were like, "Oh, he used magic." We didn't expect that. We didn't expect the head of magic at a magic school,
Who's the
who has
best at magic.
Who's the best at magic? Who has a wand that makes him undefeatable at magic? We didn't expect him to use magic. Maybe next time we encounter him, we should have some countermeasures for that magic. What a bunch of idiots.
I know.
That's what I'm talking about. But if you live and breathe magic, if your job is to apprehend people who can use magic, surely you have something set up to stop them using
But
magic.
he's a level above everyone else.
Right,
Like
okay.
a lot of the people they're just government men.
Oh, so they're fine. Okay, right.
Yeah, there's
okay.
a lot of that. Like, not everybody is really good at magic. The thing about The Walking Dead is it's fucking weak as piss, mate. Well, look, Mason, you know what we love?
What do we love?
Versus episodes.
Our listeners. Oh,
Oh, yeah. That's priority number one.
our sponsors.
Our sponsors, that's probably priority number one. Let's rank the things that we love.
Okay, great.
Sleeping.
Our friends and loved ones. Sleeping number one. What was I thinking? Sleeping number one.
Number two.
Not going to work.
A good breakfast.
Yeah.
Not going to work's probably number two.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd probably put work above, not going to work above sleeping.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Yeah.
Not going to work. Great.
Anyway, maybe we'll come back to that. We'll do an episode. We'll rank the things
We just
that we
rank
love.
the things we like.
No, so we do these superhero showdown episodes
Yes, we
every
do.
now and then. I think this might be the third or fourth that we've done.
Could
maybe.
be.
Where basically we say to people, tweet us in, put it on the Reddit, email two superheroes or supervillains or any fictional or non-fictional character.
Anything in the world.
Anything in-
Anyone, any concept.
It can be a piece of
sadness versus sleeping in.
It can be a toaster versus a dragon.
A
Like
toaster versus a more expensive toaster.
That's right. Maybe it's got 4 slots.
Oh, yes. So
Can you
good.
imagine?
Yeah.
How many slots has your toaster got? Mine's just got the 2.
Yeah, mine just got 2 as well.
Did you ever need more than that? There's not enough people living here that I would need more than that. I feel like if I had 8 kids, I'd need one of those long toasters. Do you know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
Just put a whole loaf of bread in.
They call it the Brady Bunch toaster.
That's right.
What are we doing here? Anyway, you send in our listeners, the weekly Wackadoo-doos, our loyal listeners. They send in some people they would like us to fight to get, and we determine who is the winner. Here am the rules.
Yes.
Wait. What are the rules? Okay, here we go.
Open football field.
The rule. Okay,
American
the rule is
football
the
field.
setting. Both. We've got the 2 opponents. They appear at They just appear
Yep.
at opposite ends of a standard-size American football field, which we have determined is the optimum size and shape for a supervillain concept item showdown.
Correct.
Now, bearing in mind, neither you nor I have ever set foot on an American football field,
And we
but
never
we
will.
figure close enough. However, if both characters are Canadian, I'm willing to say it could be an ice hockey rink.
Ooh, okay.
But they have to be on skates. So if it's like Wolverine versus bloody Guardian or whatever,
Yep.
they have to ice skate on a hockey
That's
on a
fair
hockey
enough.
rink. I
Yeah.
think so.
Okay, I'm okay
Yeah.
with that. Yep.
Rule number 2, they appear, the opposite ends,
Yep.
they see the other one, they immediately perceive the other one as a threat.
Yes.
So it can't be like, hey, maybe they just have a nice little chat or what.
No.
The other one's a threat.
Enemies.
They are enemies. Then they proceed to neutralize the opponent in the way that they normally would.
That's right. So Batman's not going to kill you.
Yep.
I'll fire a gun.
Wolverine might start out non-lethal,
Yep.
and then escalate.
Yep, that's right.
Deadpool will just try to kill you straight away.
Correct.
Okay. The opponents have whatever equipment they would normally have
Yes.
on them.
Or whatever we deem.
Yeah, if somebody has a good suggestion, we'll just probably
Yeah.
roll with that. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no vehicles, no backup.
Yep.
Unless it's part of the character.
Yep,
So like
sure.
Batman doesn't have the Batmobile,
Yep.
but Ghost Rider can probably summon his motorcycle.
Sure, yeah, I guess
right?
so, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Can that summon out of thin air, that motorcycle?
Sometimes it can, sometimes it can't.
Because the Batmobile can't summon out
Yeah.
of... I guess he could summon the Batwing. We'll get to that, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Let's just say no vehicles.
Let's say no vehicles for the
Yeah. So, and obviously Batman can't call Alfred and be
Sure.
like, Alfred, get down here.
Yeah.
I'm in trouble.
Please help Alfred.
Spawn's using all these chains.
Do you have something to help me with that? Sport's got so many chains. I did not see this coming.
I think that's the rules, though.
That's pretty much the
It's
rules.
established.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then our final rule, our decision is final.
Yep.
Unless you have any inkling that there might be a better result, in which case that's fine.
Also,
We're not super invested
no,
in this.
no, and we're not going to fight you on Twitter
Yep.
about it. Whatever you think is correct.
Correct.
We don't care.
All right.
All right. First one. This is from Ash Pogson, Indominus Rex
yes.
from Jurassic World. You saw this one?
Yep. Versus
And-
King Kong?
No, I got the Queen from Aliens.
Oh, okay.
King Kong would smash that. Well, it depends on the version.
Yeah,
it's
see,
giant.
that's, yeah.
So which one do you want to do? Both or is that done?
No, let's do your one.
All right. The Queen from Aliens.
Yes.
Who's intelligent.
Uh-huh.
How's her strength, though?
Real strong. Also acid for blood.
Right. So if he sinks his teeth in.
Yeah. I guess it's a question of who dies first.
Right. Okay.
But what's the Queen got there? She's got the lashy tail.
She does have a lashy tail.
This lashy speary tail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that would kill him through his head?
Yeah.
So that would be it.
No.
And even if it got her
Yes.
and bit into her,
Yep.
he would still die.
From the acid.
Yes,
Correct.
from the acid.
From the acid, yeah.
It would melt off his lower
Yeah,
jaw,
uh-huh.
and he'd die.
I feel it's a case of they both, if presuming he survives the spear,
Yeah.
she
She.
survives the spear.
They're
It's a
both she's.
lady battle.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Oh, what if they kiss? No. Presumably, if would the alien queen know to go for the brain?
Yeah, I reckon. Well, she goes for Ripley's head,
That's true. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
and that's a big target as well.
Yeah. All right. Assuming the Indominus Rex gets close enough,
Yeah.
the alien queen goes for the spearing,
Right.
misses. Maybe the Indominus Rex grabs it because she's got the real hands.
Oh, yeah,
She's got the
sure.
real arms.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel it's a case of the Indominus Rex starts to tear into it and bite into it. The
Yeah.
alien queen.
Like
And
a
then
crab.
Yeah, and then it's a case of they just turn into this weird acidic mess, and it's a case of which one hits the ground first.
Right. I've got a good one. It's a short one.
Okay, I'm
In
ready.
the meantime, this is from Alex. Scrooge McDuck versus Bruce Wayne. He specifies not Batman,
Yep.
Bruce Wayne. I mean,
Well, it's a man
Versus
versus
the
a duck,
duck.
isn't it? Yeah, yeah.
they're both rich, but I don't think Bruce Wayne would care about killing a duck. Maybe a sentient
No, he'd
duck.
care about killing a sentient duck.
Yeah. Do you think he'd have to pretend that he's not skilled to keep his
No,
identity?
because there's nobody. This is a football field. It's not like the Gotham football field.
It's not the G.
And in any
F.
case, like, yeah, thank you. In any case, even if that were the case,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, look, it's socialite Bruce Wayne fighting some sort of weird duck monster. Like, I think it'd be fine if Bruce Wayne just like choked him out.
Yeah,
It'd be fine.
definitely.
Be like,
People-
Alfred, help!
So yeah,
He chokes out the duck.
But what skills how fast is Scrooge McDuck?
He's a duck.
He can't fly, can he?
Well, he's probably got a coat on.
I've never seen a duck fly in that show.
No, that's true. Mhm.
He's got a cane.
He's got a cane, that's true. He could probably give Bruce Wayne a good couple of whacks on the shin, definitely.
But again, it's man versus duck,
It is man versus duck, isn't
and
it?
man always wins.
It's so true. Man's the most dangerous duck of all,
In a way.
in a way, right?
Now, I think this might become a staple of the series, or maybe it's just this one time, where we include a duck character.
Oh, yes, sure.
It's from Stanley. Sorry,
Uh-huh.
Stephen Stankey. How about Duckwing Duck versus Howard the Duck? A true duck off. Last time we had Scrooge McDuck versus Bruce Wayne.
That's right.
So Darkwing Duck, who's like the Disney equivalent of Batman.
Correct.
Versus Howard the Duck, who's the Marvel equivalent of something that George Lucas ruined.
Correct, yes.
Well, what's the prime version of Howard the Duck?
Comic
Is
booked out Howard the Duck.
Not Guardians? We don't know, do we?
We don't know anything about him,
Yeah.
yeah.
Isn't he real wily? Comic book version?
He's
of Howard?
real wily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he a murderer?
Yeah.
So it's,
Well, that's a good question, actually.
Hmm.
What do you kill? Can duck kill duck? Is the question, I guess. Like, he'd kill somebody if threatened, and he's probably got a gun on him, to be fair.
yeah. Well, he's a detective, right?
Yeah.
Private detective?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that much about him, if I'm honest.
Let's do some
I know
research.
that terrible
Look, he knows
movie.
Quack Fu,
Yeah.
which is the duck version of Kung
But
Fu.
Darkwing Duck is also very adept at martial arts.
Is he?
It's, he's not Batman, but he's pretty good for
I feel he's
for
is he
that
not
universe.
comically inept?
No, he's inept, but he's not like. But he's the most competent kind of superhero you could get in that
I guess
universe.
that's true. What about Gizmo Duck?
Gizmo Duck's an idiot.
Yeah, that's true. Gizmo Duck is
I
an
love
idiot.
Gizmo Duck.
That was a test, and you passed the test.
Gizmo Duck's just stumbling around into shit. Mm-hmm. I love the Gizmo Duck design, though. I think it's really cool. Not knowing anything about Howard the Duck,
Uh-huh.
he's always getting out of a scrape.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Is he strong?
No stronger than a regular human duck.
Man.
Funny animal, man.
Well, that doesn't tell me anything.
No, that's true, right? Hang on, here we go. Well, it says here, Howard the Duck has shown some degree of mystic talent in the past, to the point that Stephen Strange taught some spells to Howard, and even offered to train him, but Howard declined.
Well, that's it, isn't it?
So he might have the bolts of bedevilment.
Yeah. If he's got even one magic thing,
Yes.
that's over.
Well, what's Darkwing Duck got?
He's got a grappling
Grappling gun,
gun,
yep.
smoke pallets.
Uh-huh.
This is what we need. It's a duck blur. That's what we need
I know,
to
right?
call in.
Michael, Sarah, if you're listening to this,
Help.
help.
I'm going to give it to Howard the Duck.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
But not the movie version.
No.
Because he's just a weird man in a little duck suit. It's terrifying. All right, I think that's we'll
that'll
definitely
do it.
come back to this.
Yeah, we'll come back.
I enjoy
I've got
doing
more.
them.
I've got more to go. So
Me
next
too,
time, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to do any more, like a quick one, or do we leave it there?
Captain Phasma versus Boba Fett. This is
Ugh.
from Michael Pacholik on Twitter.
Who's the crappest character?
Who's the
of?
crappest character? Who? I guess Phasma's better because she gets thrown into a trash compactor and we assume she escapes.
Yes, but also a lot of people assume that Boba Fett escaped.
That's true.
He's definitely
Canon
coming
we
back.
don't know.
Canon we don't know. But also we don't know. No, we know Gwendolyn Christie is back for the next Star
That's
Wars.
true, yeah.
We know that for a fact. But I'd imagine that they're gonna bring Boba Fett back.
Yeah.
Like they can't not.
I can't leave him in the embarrassing situation they left him in Return of the Jedi. But in a fight.
Boba Fett's got. Well, you know what?
Boba Fett can't fall into any pits.
That's true.
So maybe
He could fly into the side of the goalpost and break his own neck.
It's true.
But okay, we'd have to factor in the new canon for Boba Fett,
Yeah.
where he's very competent in the comics. Or do you just want to go the movie version?
Movies. This says,
Then he's shit.
as presented in current canon, but then he says, so just episode 5 to 7.
Right.
Yeah. What does Phasma do? We never see her do anything.
No, she takes some orders. People fear her. I feel like she got to that position because she's probably good at it.
Sure.
And I think she gave up the plans that she shut down the machine, it's not the Death Star,
The Star Killer.
because she was like, you don't have a chance at this.
So it may as
doesn't
well.
matter.
Right, okay.
But you also have the theory that Boba Fett fumbled his way to the top.
Yes, I do. That's true, yeah.
Like that it's just the cool outfit. And it's like a tough guy at school who's just big, but because nobody's ever challenged him.
Correct.
Yeah.
And maybe there's a little mouse droid that follows him around. He's like the Inspector Gadget, where there's a little mouse droid follows him around and fixes everything, and he bumps over the bounty that
Right.
the mercenary's trying to track down, and then Boba Fett just shows up, and then the chief's like, "You've done it again, Boba Fett," and he's like, "I sure did. I'm the best."
I bloody did it. Also, Darth Vader warns Boba Fett he's like no disintegrations.
Yeah.
Which says to me that Boba Fett disintegrated somebody either accidentally or on purpose in the
Right.
past.
And he shouldn't have done.
And either, I guess so. Maybe Vader wasn't clear.
Sure, yeah.
It was like, can you bring me this guy? And he just brings him like a pile of ash.
Bash,
And
yeah.
he's like, dude, come on.
Dude,
You're
yeah,
better
come
than
on.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I still think it's Phasma. She's
Okay.
probably a better shot as well.
All right, okay.
I don't think we see Boba Fett fire his gun. Or his blaster rifle. I'm sorry, everybody.
okay.
I'm
How
trying
dare
to
you.
think. I think he raises it a few times,
Yeah.
but we never see him shoot it.
yeah.
But then again, we never see Phasma do it either.
We never see Phasma do anything. Besides get thrown into a trash
You know what?
compactor.
They both fall over. I don't know.
Are you saying
Boba
that
Fett flies into the side of the
Breaks his own
goalpost,
neck.
breaks his own neck. I don't know.
I feel, and then Phasma leans over to see what's going on and is incinerated by his flamethrower. It's just like he hits a switch and he's like, "What's that do? I wonder." Incinerated by the flamethrower.
Done.
Yeah.
Awesome. But we look forward to seeing what they do next in their movies. All right. You know what it's time for then?
Oh, it's time for our famous segment.
Mason, normally we jump straight into the what we're reading, what we're going to read.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's the end of the year and a lot of people do enjoy this segment, I like to bust it out every now and then.
Yes.
It's time for hate mail,
Ah, it's back.
but the hate has an 8 in it.
Nice.
Where we traditionally read 8 bits of hate mail.
There's always more than
There's
8.
always more. Or less. It's never 8. It's
never 8.
That's
It's
the
never
only
been
thing
8.
that we know for sure. Mm-hmm. Now, I put a whole lot of original Ghostbusters Easter eggs in my video. I don't know
Yep.
if you watched it. Because I'd be like, oh, this would be a fun little thing. And I put I put Harold Ramis's name on
Oh,
one
that's
of the
right.
name
I forgot
tags.
that's his cameo
Yeah,
in
he's
the
a
movie.
bust.
He's the
He's
gold
a-
bust, yeah.
And I put like the Ghostbusters 2 logo on the new
On the side of the
Ecto
Ecto
1,
one, yep,
and a
uh-huh.
bunch of stuff, and like a little Venkman action figure and stuff
Yep.
like that. And I got this one from the Ultimate Reductionist.
Oh boy,
Uh,
that's a good start.
Why is the ghost in Ghostbusters logo holding 2 fingers to suggest this is Ghostbusters 2, when in fact it's Ghostbusters 3? Question mark? And if they wish to ignore the previous 2 movies because this is a remake
Oh,
/
boy.
reboot,
Great.
then why is it the ghost holding up the 1 finger to indicate this is Ghostbusters 1?
He should be holding up one finger to the audience. You ask me.
This is from Rodimus Prime.
Oh, that's great though. Also, because he assumed you didn't do that.
Yes, that's
Your
right.
Photoshop was so good.
Yeah, that's
That
a credit to me in a
Yeah,
way,
I
isn't
think so.
it?
Yeah.
It's from Rodimus Prime. Why the fuck is the ghost doing number 2 with his fingers on the logo? That shit makes no sense. All caps. And then why in the fuck, all
Oh, boy.
caps, is there Venkman figure, all caps, on Thor's goddamn desk? What? This is from
Oh, I also now that you mention it, I also screenshotted some stuff.
Fantastic.
This isn't technically hate mail, but this is from Joe Brzezinski's under your video here. It
Thank you.
says Paul Feig is an Illuminati rectum slave. I don't know what that means, but it's great.
I'm sure it means something to somebody. This is 4 comments from the same guy on my worst Transformers, top worst Transformers video that I did like 3 years ago.
Oh, great! Are these new?
I think
hate
they're
mails?
newish because when I go to my dashboard, it shows like the latest 5. And I
Okay.
saw one of these and I'm like, oh, interesting.
Oh,
and I went there and I'm
intriguing.
like, oh, there's more than one?
Great.
So the first one is,
So this guy was just Googling for some Transformers vids.
this is Sadiq Ben. And he says, first one is, quit rambling, man. And the next one says, and what's wrong with Computron? Which is a famous-ish Transformer.
He is a combiner, I
He
believe.
is, yeah.
the.
And he computes, he's like, angle of attack, 45 degrees. He says the things.
Is he the rescue bots? Is he the
No,
combiner?
I don't know if he is.
Okay.
Couldn't tell you.
All right, good.
But sure, yes, he is. But he calculates and then says out loud what he's going to do before
Sure.
he does it. So I'm like, that's dumb. What a dumb thing to do. And he says, and what's wrong with Computron? You don't know.
Technobots.
Technobots. There, that makes
Yeah.
sense. One of them's probably the Periscope guy. Not
How
Periscope.
dare you?
What's he called?
The microscope guy.
microscope guy.
That's Perceptor.
Yeah.
He's his own man, all right?
I don't think. Yeah, he's a sniper now, isn't he? That bloke. Like he got cool. He started off.
Potentially.
I'm fairly
He
certain
does have a
did.
laser in that microscope.
He certainly does.
Okay.
Probably. And what's wrong with Computron? You don't know nothing. Kids these days. And then
Also,
he's-
this is an adult man,
I assume
presumably
so.
older than you.
well, he thinks he is. And dissing Megatron, picking on Soundwave. WTF.
Don't pick on Soundwave.
Well, he
on,
turned into a
man.
boombox. I like that he's got little transformers that come out of him like a laser beam.
Yeah, but don't pick on Soundwave.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
He's not here to defend himself.
Because he's fictional.
Yeah.
Yeah. You must have grown up in the era and watched this era and watched Michael Bay Formers and Transformers Animated. You know nothing about Transformers. Do us a favor and delete this channel, please.
That's very good.
There's one more.
No, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
I got a bad Transformer for you. Your channel because it sucks.
Your channel doesn't transform into anything. This guy's good though.
He's good.
Oh, that's excellent on so many levels. That is a bad transformer for you.
This is from Cameron Blakely, and this
Oh,
is
yes.
on because now I post the podcast to YouTube, which I do because a lot of people say, "Can you put it on YouTube?" So I do. Also, it helps when I'm selling ad spots because it just bumps the numbers up. So that's probably the main reason.
Look at this bloke. Look at this bean counter. Look at this money machine over here. I've been against ads from the start. That's not true. Yeah. It's not true.
Cameron Blakely. This is on the podcast video.
Sounds
'cause
like a fake name, but all right.
real guy, real face, real human face on
Ooh.
there. Where because normally I always just do a still image.
Yes.
I started experimenting with putting different images of the topics we're talking about, but it just took too long. So I thought I'm not.
don't
doing
have
that
time
anymore.
to bloody
I don't
swim
have
in your
bloody
money
time.
bin.
That's exactly
Dog.
right.
You dirty dog.
Are they serious? 10 minutes of nothing, not watching it. I suggest you guys unsubscribe to these fucktards.
These guys are really I'm enjoying them, but these guys are really adamant. Like they're not just like I'm not going to listen to this or like
This isn't for me. No,
this
thank
isn't
you.
for me. It's delete your channel. Hey everyone, get a rally up a crew and get them all to unsubscribe. These guys we should get these guys together.
Yeah.
We should get these guys together for their own podcast.
Oh, that'd be great.
And they just listen to our podcast and hate it for an hour.
This is from Kevin Wheeler? Mm-hmm. The movie is complete shit. Get behind whatever your opinion is and stick with it. Don't give an opinion based on your channel and views. This review is lame AF. Be who you are. If you like something, you say you fucking like it and enjoy it. This goes on a bit. If you didn't like something, get balls and say it was trash. It's simple. Being indifferent is the worst. And Robot Cop, WTF. It's Robot Cop, dipshit. And if the cast likes working together, does that mean a movie or show will be good? Fuck no. I actually agree with that. In the past, there have been great movies where some of the cast hated each other. IDK, how you review this movie, TBH, you sound like you don't have a fucking clue at all.
I've said that's actually me. I want to be
Seriously.
clear, that's me commenting on.
Yeah, people are really mad that I don't love or hate it.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
how
And
it's
again,
how-
you
the
wish
way
you
I
could-
feel,
you
man.
wish it were better or
Yeah.
worse.
You know what? If I'd have come out and said, this is terrible and this is why and this and this, if I wanted to get a lot of reviews and likes or whatever, that's what I would have done.
Yeah,
Because
right.
to come out and go like that's not fun to
No,
do
that's true.
or to
Right,
watch.
yeah.
You know what
Uh-huh.
I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I want to have a
It's
strong
fun to
opinion.
destroy a thing.
Yeah.
You know what? The other day, I literally reminisced about that time we went and saw Entourage, and it was so bad.
Oh,
I'm
it was
like,
great.
oh, what a great time we had about that movie that was so terrible. That had
Maybe we
no
should
redeeming
We should
features
probably
in it.
do more of that because I really enjoy that. This is about how we were talking about Tarkin.
Oh, yeah.
And how we didn't love the CGI Tarkin.
Uh-huh.
You know, here's the irony against Star Wars fans like yourselves. You
Not
complain,
a Star Wars fan, but
you
continue.
complain about everything. Me, I liked Tarkin. And Leia, hell, I was hoping for Leia. And you're hating on them, but loving Vader? Little do you know that inside that suit was a man you hate. Think about it, then come back to me.
Oh, that guy's so woke. Get his email address. We'll get back to him.
We can do it now.
Yeah. Do you feel he was delivering that straddling a chair backwards, wearing a pair of Ray-Bans? I feel he was. Man, he sure showed us.
Is he saying like Darth Vader's a villain, but we're liking him, but he's a bad guy?
No, I think he's saying that inside him is Hayden Christensen.
But he's not. I don't care who played him in a previous
Right,
movie.
yeah.
It's irrelevant. Anyway, I thought about it,
Pretty good.
and I'm not going to get back to it.
Oh, all right, fine.
This is from Depressing Frequencies. This review is shit. The movie was practically perfect. Best superhero movie of all time. By far. That's all caps.
Yeah.
I'm a Marvel fan, but DC fucking bought it with BVS. Shits on every single Marvel movie. Unbelievable performances from the entire cast, especially Affleck and Eisenberg. Holy fuck. Deserves Oscars.
Wow.
Maybe Oscar the Grouch into the bin, mate.
Got him.
Look, you're entitled to your opinion.
Yeah. But that's way off. That's way off and wrong. Maybe you've got a brain problem in your brain.
Last one. This is from Comic 24/7. Comics space /24/7. You're a fucking piece of spilling fucking shit, you motherfucker.
Yay!
I think
Yay.
he means spoiling.
Oh, okay.
Because I did say, spoiler alert, skip
Don't
this.
listen. Yeah. And there's a sign on it that says don't listen.
And then people still listened where I said, and it doesn't even spoil the plot where
No.
Superman kills a guy, which he does. I stand by that.
Yeah.
But people are still like, you bastard.
People are mad about there was an article that went all throughout the internet.
Yeah.
And it said Zack Snyder on why Batman breaks his number one rule
Yes.
or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, because and people, even if you didn't read the article, if you're a fan of Batman, you go, oh, killing, he kills
Exactly,
people. I'm
yeah.
mad. This is a spoiler.
Yeah.
I'm mad at the article. I'm mad at all this
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
stuff. But I think if you're a fan of Batman, like if Batman's your number one guy,
Yeah.
good that this was spoiled for you, so you can know not to see it.
Yeah, sure.
If that's important to you.
That being said, this is still going to make $1 billion.
Yeah, I know.
Probably.
Disappointing.
It's going to be like the Transformers effect,
Yeah. Oh yeah, true.
you know?
Look, if it pays for some good movies, I guess I'm okay with that.
Sure.
But you got one more left, DC, and then
Reboot.
look, if you don't make one more good one, I'll be real mad, and I'll say I'm not going to see any more until the next one, and then I'll see them all. I'll keep saying them because I have to.
Sorry, I had to stretch back because all the tension and anger is in my neck.
It's all the umbrage.
It is, I think.
It builds up in your neck, and you get gout.
Let's go on to happier things, yeah?
Yeah, let's do it.
This is, it's been a roller coaster of an episode, mate.
Isn't it though? Yeah.
You know what it's time for?
What's it time for?
What we reading?
What are we gonna read?
You could have at least done it. You could have matched my energy.
Sorry, it's not what we're about.
I'm doing the thing. What are we reading today? Mason, what are you wearing? Just out of
Just a
curiosity.
pair of jeans
And
and
for advertising.
a
sake.
shirt, like a button-up shirt.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, it's like a
Not-
flannel shirt.
Not Mac Weldon, which is better, whatever crap you're wearing right now. Your garbage
Oh
clothes.
no!
You look like a garbage
This is a-
man. I don't mean like a man who
you
collects
trapped me
garbage
here,
bins.
yeah.
I mean like a man who dresses in garbage. That's what you look like.
Oh, it's a bad outcome for me here. I've fallen right into this trap. I feel real bad now. Is there any way for me to not feel so profoundly terrible about the way I dress and look?
Well, Mason, if you believe in smart design, premium fabrics, and simple shopping,
Well, clearly I don't based on what I'm wearing right now. According to you, you son of a bitch.
but if your mind frame was to shift
Oh,
in
yeah.
that direction,
Great.
which mine has, all of Mac Weldon's products are naturally antimicrobial, and this which means they eliminate odor. I still haven't got that word right. What is it?
I would like to hear a supercut. If somebody can build it,
Antimicrobial.
one
got
day
it.
you'll get it.
I got it. That was
You didn't though.
antimicrobial.
I just want to be very clear. If he tries to change this in the edit, he didn't get it. He stumbled at the start. It's
Okay.
not a difficult word.
I don't want you to be comfortable, the people at Mac Weldon. So if you don't like the first pair, guess what, Mason? Guess
What's that?
what? You can bloody keep them and get a refund. They don't want your used underwear back. Not that they'd smell anyway, because of all the antimicrobials.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying,
All the
don't you?
reverse microbes. Exactly.
And the thing is, if you order your first pair and you're not happy with it, you can keep it and they'll refund your money.
They don't want it back.
They don't want it back, even though they could, because it's antimicrobial.
Yeah.
And that's important. Naturally antimicrobial
He did it.
clothing.
You had to run into it though.
I
there.
did.
Yes. You needed some supporting words before you said it.
It was
I
like when your
noticed.
dad's holding the back of your bike when you're learning to ride. You're
Yeah.
like, I don't know about this.
Uh-huh.
I
And
fell
then
off
you
so
turn
many
then you
times.
turn around and you go, yeah, I'm doing it, Dad, I'm doing it. And you turn around, he's not there anymore.
And you
'Cause
never
he's at the
see him
pub.
again.
Yeah. Oh boy.
These t-shirts, Mason, they don't have that weird smell that t-shirts sometimes get.
The smell of us.
The smell of us in particular. But they've got a bunch of stuff. You know.
That's
they,
my autobiography, by the way. It's going to be called The Smell of Us.
smell of us. Is it me and you on the cover?
Yeah.
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 So
You're
they-
the smell. I'm holding up my arm, and there's like a green stink cloud coming out, and your face is on it. And I'm giving the thumbs up, and the smell is also giving the thumbs up.
who have naturally antimicrobial
Oh, smooth as silk. He said it.
products. Antimicrobial.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because they're naturally antimicrobial.
He did it, everyone.
Is that right?
All of those things. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Again, look at me. Not last week, but this week. Last week, the
What?
garbage person.
I can't
There's
even-
no continuity here between. We established the reality within the advertisement space.
Correct.
That is what we do. Last week I was a man made of garbage. Now I'm a crisp man made out of gold. Antimicrobial gold.
Now,
Behold me, and despair, for you will never be as beautiful as me. Next week, who knows?
things have really taken a turn.
Maybe
haven't
next
they?
week I'll be made of custard or
Oh
something.
my god.
Yeah.
What are you reading? Tell
What
me.
I read, and this week I'm watching a show called Fresh Meat.
Okay.
It's a British sitcom.
Boo. No, I'm just joking.
You love British
I
sitcoms.
do actually.
You love keeping up appearances.
Fuck you. No,
You
I don't.
love... Wow, that was visceral. Did you have to watch it with your mum as a child?
Pretty much. Well, my actually the other day, my brother, the one you like,
Yeah, great.
goes, "Hey, check this out," and he sent me a thing, like a link, and
What
it
a
was
weird
the,
prank.
and it was the theme to Keeping Up Appearances, but I didn't tell him that he got me. I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't check it right now.
Uh-huh.
But no, he did get me, you bastard, because I know you listen to this.
Yeah, wow, okay.
Anyway, go on. You watched Keeping Up Appearances.
No, I didn't.
This
Your
is.
dog's just thinking about life.
Yeah, that's all
Just
right.
thinking about instances of regret in her life. Look
Like
at
when
that
she
face.
barked at that incredibly old man.
Yeah.
He's still there. No, he's not still there.
No, he is. He's just fallen. You can't see him.
So if you want to hit us up, best place to do it is at Twitter.
Yeah.
Hashtag @WeeklyPlanetPod. Shoot us a question.
Not hashtag at Weekly Planet.
No,
Pod.
just hashtag WeeklyPlanetPod. That's
Yeah.
what I meant to say.
Okay,
Thanks
good.
for correcting me, Mason, even
No
though I
problem.
appreciate it.
No problem.
Jerk. So yeah. Also, Mason,
Yes.
I'm going to recommend a podcast as well,
Oh.
which we're big fans of.
Oh,
and
yeah,
you've actually
absolutely,
been
yeah.
on. It's called Filthy Casuals.
Yep.
And if you like video games, but you hate people who play every video game and know a lot about video games, you know what? No, okay, you know what? I'll equate it to the way that we like movies and comics, but we kind of like it, but they're pretty great, but we don't know everything about them, and we're just a couple of regular dudes
We're just
having
like
a chat.
you.
That's right. It's that with video games.
Great.
It's got 3 of your good friends. Do you want to name them?
Ben Vanel, Tommy Dasilo,
I was
Adam
going to say,
Knox.
do you want to name them in the order you like them? And you have. Very
Yep.
good.
Perfect. Who cares? Who cares that I'm here, James?
That's what I was going to
We're
say.
here every week. I mean, I'm here every week. You've been here every week except for 2 weeks.
Except for
when
2,
you
that's
weren't
right,
Here.
yeah.
But I've been here every week. So who cares that me, Nick Mason, the internet's best mate, I'm trying that out. I'm trying it out. Who cares I'm here? Because we've got a guest this week.
First
3
guest
people.
ever.
Yeah.
Unless you've been the guest so far, I guess. Does that count? No, I guess I'd be the guest because I've missed 2, like you
Correct,
said.
yeah.
Anyway, sorry. You were introducing.
Oh, okay, yes. Okay, what we've got here, we've got a kind and knowledgeable boy. We have he's 25% of sketch comedy group Chimp Cop. Mm-hmm. He's 33.3% of video game podcast Filthy Casuals. It's the 1%er himself. It's Mr. Ben Vanel. Welcome to the show, Ben Vanel.
Thanks, guys. I like to think I'm a little bit more than 33% of Filthy Casuals.
Oh, no.
I think I do a bit of heavy lifting, to be
Oh,
honest.
you're the James of your podcast. Is that right?
What does that mean? I'll take it as a compliment and continue on.
It's good to have differing opinions. That's one reason we're getting more people on as well. So it's not just me and Mason just saying the same things that we always say forever. Yeah. Is that right? Is that what we're doing?
It's a living nightmare.
It sure is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of female protagonists, brunette female protagonists, which are all Star Wars movies, we did Attack of the Clones commentary as well.
This is uncomfortable.
Don't like this.
Yeah.
That went for
What
too
were they
long.
doing with their hands?
So they can't get married because he's a Jedi and they can't allowed to get married. Oh, is there a package here?
Yep.
Hang on. Oh. Can you guys...
I'm going to continue doing this. Okay, I'm holding the fort. Don't you worry about this. Dog, come here. We have movie dog, come here. We have movie commentary to do. You're gonna be fine. Nobody's gonna be killed by the delivery man. It's okay, dog.
It's delivery guy that my dog hates.
Great.
I got some
Loot crates.
Yeah.
Hooray.
This isn't sponsored by the looks.
No, but this is the
They're about. Hey, come on your bed.
the perfect antidote to a terrible film. Just a stack of loot crates.
That's there already. You a fan of the Star Wars prequels?
Yeah, love them. No. No. And I've just been listening through your Phantom Menace commentary.
Oh, right,
And
okay, yeah.
bloody loving it, so everyone get on board.
You're just an innocent young man.
I don't know what you want to do. I would have liked to see maybe a deleted scene later. He's up on the ship. They've gone out of orbit. They're out of orbit for like 5 minutes. He's like, I want to go home now.
Yeah,
I don't want to be a Jedi.
yeah.
I want to be a fire truck. You can't, Anakin. You can't be a fire truck. Oh
God, yeah.
Do you mean you want to be a firefighter? No, I want to be a fire truck. Oh, come on,
What are we
mate.
doing? Yeah, pretty good. Well, look, I hope you've got that theme song
No,
ready.
don't. Hang on.
Every week, mate. Just once, I'd like you to.
I did last week. Okay, I got it.
I don't want to be here for a second longer than I have to be. I
Wait,
need to
hang on.
light.
Wait. Oh, God. Okay, we're ready.
I'm ready.
It's
I've been
time for
ready
letters.
for a while.
Shh.
The classic one was letters, oh letters, we love you. Some letters, they're only a day away.
What was that?
Hang on, they're here right now. We're gonna do letters.
You just knocked something off the couch.
I spilled my water.
Fucking idiot.
Anyway, it's a letter segment. You can email us weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com, or you can hit us up #weeklyplanetpod,
Please.
the Weekly Planet, whatever
Yep.
you want. We'll find them.
Yeah, we'll bloody find it. Got some letters here, Mason. I think they're all DC related.
Oh, love DC.
Do
Is it
you?
about DC memes? I love DC memes
Oh
on
man,
Instagram.
we haven't talked about DC.
We haven't talked about
memes.
DC memes, but
Bring it up.
I love them. Go on Instagram, search #DC meme. Boy, there's just some great memes on there. Just
Do you want to just break down what they generally are?
generally they're not pithy.
No,
They're just
long-winded.
they're very long-winded. Like they're usually Marvel versus DC memes.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a very long, elaborate, like
series of panels.
It's a sort of a
text.
It's a
white
bloody
text.
yeah. There's a lot of text. It's like a manifesto.
Yeah.
About why DC movies are better than Marvel movies.
Right,
And
right.
there'll be some. Oh, they're so good.
And it normally ends with Ben Affleck telling Robert Downey Jr. that he's Batman.
Yeah, they're so good.
Yeah, you text me them during the week.
Look. Sometimes if I have to text you about something, and I'm like, this text isn't very interesting.
It's lacking punch.
It's lacking punch. I'll send you a DC meme
Right,
that I
right.
found. They're so good.
I can read one out if you
Please
want.
do.
Because you've sent me quite a few.
Good.
Do you know I've got you in my phone as Jason? Just because I think it's funny.
That's quite all right. That's okay. I'm honoured.
Okay, that's not a good... I mean, they're all not good ones.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so this is the one that makes the most sense.
Great.
It's a picture of Iron Man and Captain America, and it says, wear masks, everyone knows them.
Everyone know them.
Know them, sorry. I just self-corrected that in my head. And then it's got Superman and Wonder Woman. It says, don't wear masks, no one know them.
This one, it's a picture of the Joker.
Yep.
The Jared Leto Joker.
Yep.
It says, was in SS, Suicide Squad, for 11 minutes. Already more terrifying than these guys. And then below it, it's got Loki, Ultron, Whiplash, whatever the bad guy was in Thor the Dark World, Red Skull, Ronan the Accuser, Baron Zemo, and
Mandarin.
Ben Kingsley's Mandarin.
Yeah.
Disagree.
Also, really complicated.
They're so complicated. You have to know who all those characters are. I was struggling. Anyway, I bloody love them.
Well, you just said the guy from Thor the Dark
Yeah,
World.
I did.
Christopher Eccleston, who you mentioned before,
Oh,
but
yeah.
you still couldn't think of it.
All right.
Good stuff. All right, Mason.
Anyway, I love those memes. I love them.
Keep 'em
and
going.
again, you don't have to pick a side.
No.
Just like movies
you
that
can
are
like
good.
both. It's fine.
Just like whatever you want. It's
Yeah.
fine. Thanks to everybody who's been sending in memes for me.
Yeah,
I love
DC memes.
superhero DC memes. I just love memes so much, James. I just love them.
I know you do.
If you want to send me find a good DC Marvel meme, I love them.
A nonsensical,
Nonsensical.
rambling-
The longer they get, I sent this one to you this week.
Yeah.
So it's a picture of This is from Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
It's Batman. He's standing over a defeated Superman. He's got the boot on the neck.
Yep.
Top line, it says, when Batman won ... And then
Yeah.
it says, but Batman never even used laser vision or flew. Slightly smaller font. When you completely ignore the kryptonite that Batman had on his hand ... This guy actually edited the kryptonite spear out of this to make a useless argument.
What?
That's my favorite meme because there's too much text. It's been weirdly edited.
It's on top of another meme.
It's on top of another meme, presumably. He's clearly having an argument with somebody about something. I love it. The less pithy, the better. If you find the worst meme you can find, send it to me.
And it could be any. It could be because there's some bad
Yeah.
Marvel ones
Just
as well.
send me the memes.
Send
Make
in
a
the
segment
memes.
about it.
Yeah. I love it. Oh, that's amazing. You know how many comments there are in my YouTube videos of people yelling at me that I don't understand the Martha scene? Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, I understand it. I
Oh.
just think it's stupid. Like, there's a lot of people just like, well, because the reason is because of the humanity. Because it's revealing that Batman's understood. I'm like, no, I know.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
I get it. Anyway. Okay. This is from Dempsey Tapley. Dempsey Tapley. Dempsey Tapley. Are you guys going to talk about Pokemongo?
Oh, Pokemongo. Look, I think it's a cruel circus freak show. And look, I know people are lining up around the block and they're tweeting about it. And I just don't think you should Pokemongo. You know? Because he's lived a hard life.
He's a little different.
He's a little different. And people are just like, yeah, man, I'm loving it. Going back for seconds. Pokemongo.
We've got this question a few times on Twitter.
Yes.
# Weekly Planet Pod. This is from @CracksMoss. If you could say one movie this year, what would it
Only
be?
one.
One.
Oh. Only one.
You can start it for 5 minutes and then choose a different one as well. Like it's on Netflix.
Oh, really? That's
Yep.
very good.
That's,
Oh, this is quite tough, actually.
it is.
Give me yours first.
I have to say Rogue One.
Yeah, okay.
And I want to say Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Oh, there's so many.
But I'd have to, because it's just nostalgia, man. It's got me.
Yeah.
And not even that. I want to see a different Star Wars story.
That's true,
And
yeah.
this is that, hopefully. So yeah, Rogue One. Sausage Party it is.
Yes.
Yeah, if you can't decide in 5 seconds, it's Sausage Party. So sorry.
Magnificent Seven.
No.
Yeah.
All right then.
Twist.
Okay.
Twist.
Interesting. Something you've never heard of before.
Yeah.
Before today.
Denzel Washington, he's great.
Never seen anything from it.
Yep, that's right. Yep.
We should look up who the director is of that actually, because that might change your tone, like good or bad. Anton Fuqua.
Oh, Anton Fuqua.
That's good, because he's done Southpaw, Training Day, The Equalizer, Olympus Has Fallen.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Yeah, he's done some pretty. Oh, well, he did Shooter. He did King Arthur. He did Tears of the Sun with Bruce Willis.
Okay, I'm saying Civil War. I'm changing my mind. Civil War.
He's got some good stuff here, but
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's Civil War again.
I don't know, man.
Man, that is hard to choose though.
No, it is. It's going to be a bloody great year. I mean, who knows? We'll see, won't we?
Could be a bad year.
Could be a bad year. Man, we are burning through these, Mason. I don't know if you like that. Third one. This is from James. Just got my first job. This is a personal question, Mason, if you don't
Hello.
mind. That's at my family business. At the local pizza shop.
Mamma mia.
Do you guys have any first job stories?
Oh.
Dogs on the couch coming in for the kill. Look
Yeah,
out.
that's right.
Which is bad news, mate.
Dangerous dog.
Yeah.
I don't know. What was my
She threw up in here last night, just so you know.
great during? I don't know. When I did work experience, because in Australia, when you're in, what year are you in when you
10.
do work experience? I worked in a bookshop, and everybody was like,
Nerd!
yeah. Well,
Everyone was like, nerd!
no, everybody was like, no. I was like, one guy was like, what are you?
Like
doing?
a Collins? Like a big...
It was a Collins.
Yeah, like a big... They don't,
Yeah.
do they even exist?
I don't think they exist
Yeah.
anymore. But I went.
I mean,
People were like,
books.
what are you doing? And I'm like, one guy was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna work at the bookshop. And he's like, huh, retail. And I'm like, that's my feelings.
Who said that?
Some guy.
It's work experience. It's not like a real... It doesn't count.
well,
I did mine...
He's probably a high flying businessman now.
I bet he is. Let's find him and kill him.
Yeah.
I did my work experience at a supermarket,
Uh-huh.
not with the intention of working in a supermarket. I did it because I heard they paid $20 a day. And I'm like, well, if I'm going to do it,
Yeah.
I want some money for it. As opposed to if you go to like, I'm going to work at an office or follow a police officer, they give you nothing.
Mm.
So I'm like, I'll at least get some money for it. Mm-hmm. And I never looked back, Mason. I took that money and I invested in podcasting.
Now you own a supermarket.
Correct. But one of my first
It's
jobs...
stocked with podcasts.
Yes. One of my first jobs was actually a bookstore.
Oh, yeah.
funnily enough. It was a school bookstore.
Yep, uh-huh.
That you probably know it. I probably won't put that in, but
It's fine.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Sue you?
No, it's fine.
Did you steal things?
No, I didn't steal anything. Actually,
Okay.
I'm not that guy.
Mm-hmm.
But
One time I stayed up the back of this and I just read Leonard Nimoy's biography.
what of that bookstore?
Yeah.
When were you there?
Oh, no, at the Collins.
Oh, the college,
Yeah.
right. Well, that's what, because I used to work there over the summer. So I'd work there full time, like during school and then a little bit into uni. So like, I'd catch the train and I'd slog away at this job. And it wasn't like talking to customers and selling books. It was like at the back, 15 pallets of school books would roll in and then he'd have to sort them in the sun. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And so my thing that I enjoyed the most about that was I built a fort out the back that just looked like a wall. It was in one of the rooms. It was just like a wall of boxes, but there was a little doorway to the side that you couldn't see if you looked in the room. And then in there was a throne that I'd made, and I used to just sit there and just eat icy poles when I needed a break. I'm like, man, it's hard work doing whatever this job is.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah, that was the job that I did that I kind of loved and hated. Yeah, because I like the people. And I remember the time, when you got the boss, I'm like, man, what's this guy's problem? Why is he such a square? Because he's running a business. He's a man running a business, and he has to deal with teenagers.
But sometimes he is kind of a square.
No, he was all right. One time he caught me lying on the floor. And the reason that happened, because you remember Stu? You know Stu?
Yeah, I know Stu.
Yeah. He left to the room, and I thought...
He left to the room.
He left to the
Was
room.
this in the pizza parlor?
It was. And I was climbing up on the shelf, and he's like, wouldn't it be funny if you fell and you died? And I'm like, that would be funny, haha. And he left, and then I heard him coming back, and I'm like, I'll lie on the floor and pretend I'm dead.
Yep.
And then the boss walked in, and I'm lying on the floor. And he goes, James, don't get up. And I'm like, and then he just left. So I
This
didn't have a
was meant
chance
be
to
prank.
explain.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
He still thinks you're a shiftless layabout.
He
That's the
definitely
problem.
does. Yeah, he definitely does. But good on him. He's a good bloke.
I used to work at an op shop, and one of the rules of the op shop was
It's like a thrift store.
yeah,
People
kind
don't
of thing,
know,
yeah. And one of the rules,
But a big one. It's like Kmart
huge
for
one,
bloody
yeah,
thrift
yeah.
store.
I used to work at one, and one of the rules was that you couldn't if you bought a book or a CD or a DVD or something, you couldn't return it. This was one of the rules for a while.
Because they'd like scratch it or
Well,
whatever.
people would just copy the CD or read the book and then just
okay.
bring it back and swap it for another one, right?
not a library,
and then
is
one
it?
day, a woman comes in and she's got a huge stack of cookbooks. She's got a huge, she's bought there.
Yeah.
And she's like, I want to return these cookbooks. And the cookbooks are the worst because what people would do is they would just buy them, rip out the recipes they wanted, and then just bring the rest of the books back.
What is wrong with people?
I know, right? But then one time, so this woman comes in and she's like, I want to return all these cookbooks. And I'm like, I'm sorry, the policy is that we can't exchange any, like, I'd like to help, we can't exchange any books that you buy here. And she's like, oh, well, it'd be bloody nice straight away. She's like on the attack immediately.
Ready to
She'd be
go.
like, well, would it be bloody nice if there was some sort of sign that said that? And I'm like, if you look over at the book section, there's a sign. There's a sign on every shelf that says that. In fact, in the cookbook section, there's 2 signs that say you can't return. And she's like, well, like straight away, because they just keep
They're
keep
still
moving
in
on.
still in fight
She's
mode.
like, well, that doesn't seem particularly fair for people who can't read. And I'm like, and it's very rare in retail that you get like a win. And I'm like, so I really savored it. And I'm like, we find, generally speaking, that our customers who purchase books can read.
And then you pause for applause.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, everyone applauded. You know those. Everybody's got a fake story. You know those people who have fake stories, and they will end with, and then everyone
everybody
applauded.
applauded,
No,
yeah.
they didn't.
Yeah.
Nobody applauded.
There's so few wins in there.
There
in
is,
a job
yeah,
like
in
that.
retail, yeah. So
Man,
good
that's
luck.
great.
Good luck, Pizza Pal.
Yeah,
You're gonna be
get
great.
out there. Because I remember when you used to work there, you used to have like a story every time I'd see you. But then as it went on, it kind of petered off because I think you just got used to it. You're like, yeah,
Yeah.
naked guy came in a shopping trolley covered in grease or whatever. You know what I mean? And it would just be, yeah, you just kind of got used to it. Yeah, good stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. One time, a guy I saw a trail of blood from the pub to my place of
there was
business.
a pub like diagonal across the road, wasn't
Yeah.
there? Yeah, yeah. And what was it?
I think a guy just came in asking for bandages, and they were like, "We don't have any." And he was like, oh, "Okay," and then the blood just tracked all its way out the other door. So
And then stopped at a gutter.
yeah, I don't know what happened to that guy.
Yeah, great. Anyway, maybe we'll tell more tales.
Oh,
Op shop tales
love it.
another week.
Sure.
Good stuff. Absolutely.
When it's bad, it's bad. When it's good, it's great.
Isn't that right, dog?
You're right, dog.
Up you get. You're right. On the couch. That's a special treat for her.
Yeah.
Bloody loves it, mate. But she's scared off that old man, so that's good. She's doing good work. You do know how to pat a dog?
No.
He's hitting it like a drum.
First time.
If Star Wars was real and you had to join in, how do you think you'd fare and what side would you be on? Cheers, big ears. He's talking to Adam Driver there, I assume. But,
Got him.
Have you got it?
him.
I know you've got your zombie apocalypse character, which you've well
Oh,
thought out.
so if there were an actual zombie apocalypse, I know for a fact I would be the guy. We're all running for the car. I get to the car first because I'm quite quick on my feet.
Yep.
I lock all the doors. I go to start, and everybody's like, "No, let us in the car." And I'm like, "It's every man for himself." And then I'm starting the car, and it's not quite starting yet. And then it turns out there's a zombie in the back seat, and it kills me.
What's the equivalent of that in the Star Wars universe?
See, I don't know if I'd be that guy in the Star Wars universe
Be a
because you
different
got
guy.
more options in the Star Wars
Sure.
universe.
I've thought about this.
Yes.
I would be the guy. I'd be a pilot,
Yes.
not the best pilot.
Uh-huh.
I'd be like, you're the guy who used to fuel the ships, but a lot of people have died.
Yep.
Do you know how to do this, right? And I'd be like, yeah, okay. And then we'd fly into whatever we're attacking,
Yep.
and I'd go in too quick, and they'd be like, you're going in too hot. And I'd be like, ah! And I'd smash into the side of
Yep.
whatever it was,
Yep.
and I'd be the first guy out.
Nice.
That's what I would be.
I've made my decision. I would be Luke Skywalker. No takebacks. Next question. Or is that the last question?
the last question.
Okay, good.
Well, Mason, I can't believe all those good memories that we shared with each other.
And as luck would have it, just in time, we found the exit. Are you ready to get out there and battle some bloody terrorists or aliens or possibly some cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers?
Almost certainly, but we'll have to be back by the 16th of January because that's when the podcast returns, isn't it?
Yep.
As long as it coincides with that, I'm
Probably
fine with
that's a couple of weeks, so probably have time.
it. Fantastic.
Anyway, we did it with memories and adventure and such.
Thank you, Raw Collins, for putting together the clip show. Much appreciated.
We love those memories. I loved them all, regardless of how dumb I sounded in some or all of them.
And I'm sorry that last time it was a best of for of all episodes, but now it's only best of for 2016, so the pool's a bit smaller, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not going to be as good. And also, we had to put an ad in this one because we committed to an ad spot, but didn't have an episode, so apologies for that. That being said, Loot Crate. Get it if you want.
Happy holidays and Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy fun time. See you soon.
Grab that gem, you guys.
Bye.